What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, I am joined by, you probably know this face, he was on a video we did very recently, Emanuel. Dude, what's going on? How are you, brother?
I'm doing well, man. I'm glad to be back on. Excited
Dude.
to do some Puffin games.
Dude, absolutely. It was probably the most requested, hey, we would like this person to come back and do some gameplay. Obviously, me playing Puffin by myself was not cutting it. And if you've watched it, I'm sure you guys understand. I'm not offended. We have brought the master back. He is going to be walking us through Puffin tonight. And I am super, super excited. But before we get to Puffin games and what we're going to be doing tonight, I think you all might be aware of it. A couple of hours ago, there was a pretty big announcement. Emma and I had a chance to catch up about it first and foremost. Dude, you are here. The people get to hear what I think all the time. Tell them what you think about the bans, dude.
I guess I'll kind of keep it short and sweet. I love the Bonds ban. I know we can actually kind of briefly talked about this where we thought maybe Bonds or Mantle should be hit. I was on the train where I thought Bonds should be hit because that's what makes Mantle so strong is because you mantle into Bonds, right?
Sure.
So just not having to deal with Bonds anymore, especially as a mechanologist player, is like a godsend. I don't play defense reactions, so this card is just like I don't block or I block 7 and I pray, so now I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that feels really nice. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, I think there's a lot of people out there who can really resonate with what you just said about Bonds of Agony being banned. The one thing that I will add is that I feel like even though, like, Bonds is what makes Mantle so broken, leaving Mantle alone, like, almost opens us up to, like, bad design space moving forward. Like, it feels like maybe at some point or another, if they want to print, like, more broken shit, they're going to have to get rid of Mantle at some point.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So, I don't know.
But then the Tipple bans, I definitely wasn't expecting 2 colors of Tipple to get hit.
Okay.
I kind of was on the train that I didn't think Tipple was going to get hit at all. Originally, I thought it might be like Swell. I thought like, when Gravy has like the Gravy turns, it's usually because a Swell hit and then they just have a ton of extra resources to go conk into blah. So, that was my original logic. But I mean, I think the Tipple bans are. I personally don't hate it. I definitely think Gravy in the hands of like a good player is insanely strong. So, I do think this hits him. I don't know how hard. I know I've read. Some Gravy players are saying like the yellow Tipple isn't like too bad of a hit, but like the red one definitely hurts. So, we'll see. I am curious. I'm curious how they adapt. Like, I think a buddy might mention like Riches might have to go into the deck now, which feels kind of bad. Like things like that. So like it's getting a little iffy now for Gravy Gold generation.
I mean, there are definitely some like other cards that I feel like people can play. Like what we would probably consider like draft chaff that you could lean into if you have to that are blues. Having to add Riches to the deck is interesting. I hadn't considered that, but it kind of makes sense if you're looking for it. One of the biggest things that I think this does is it makes Crown of Dominion so much more impactful in the deck. There's a lot of Gravy builds that have like been playing like Balance or they've been on Crown of Providence trying to like, help with other matchups. And now I think there's a concern that they may not be able to be off of Crown of Dominion needing that early gold. Because, if the first 2 or 3 turns go by and you're not able to generate a gold, which seems unlikely pretty much in any circumstance, but I've heard stories of it happening. One thing I want to say to all the people who got on my video 2 weeks ago and told me that I was crazy and that Gravy Bones was neutered if they got rid of Golden Tipple if they got rid of 6 copies. Every one of you. No, I'm just kidding. There's no hate, but I'm not gonna lie. I think that Gravy players are kind of overreacting if we're gonna say that the deck is dead. I don't think it's going to dominate anymore, but I do think it's going to still be very, very powerful. Like we're probably looking at like tier 1.5 is what I'm guessing with Gravy, which I think is very reasonable place to be for a good deck in the meta. So
absolutely. And just to kind of add on to that, I think the Tipple bans in particular, I think what they're really going to affect is the aggro matchups. Right? So like the Syndras, the Iras, the Puffins, those are the decks that I think are going to now feast a little harder on Gravy, because Gravy isn't like isn't keeping up with them in damage while also presenting Chums and Sawbones. So,
right.
I think that's part of it too.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It makes it harder to keep up with races, and it probably you said this earlier before the stream, but like in the slower matchups, it's probably not going to be impacted as much. But one thing that's probably kind of interesting is one of the things that I think makes Gravy so good into like Guardian, for example, is that it's able to go so wide and establish things on the board. So this might help with that a little bit. I don't know. I'm curious to see. Somebody like 2 weeks from now when Gravy Bones hasn't like won a tournament or hasn't placed well in anything in CC, I'm probably gonna get a bunch of clips of this moment where I told everybody to get over it, and people are gonna be laughing at me then. But we'll see. Next up, we have Plume of Evergrowth on the list of banned cards. Talk to me about this one. What do you think about this one?
I am fully on board with this one, and I think it makes complete sense. Their reasoning for it, I think, is kind of why everyone was asking for it to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Like having a kill on a stick, right? Like I just have my two blues or my 3 blues, I guess, and you're dead.
Yeah.
Like at any point in the game, so like it kind of it's just the power of Storm Striders, really. I think that card, Plume 100%. I think was like the correct ban there. Especially if Verdances are going to be running both Plume and the new card. I mean, sorry, not Plume. Sorry, Burn Bear and the new card.
Right.
Having that many sixes, and then be able to get one of them from grave at any point, like that was too powerful of an interaction.
I completely agree. Making your kill range basically 9 at any given
point.
Is kind of crazy, because at least now, like, you have to arsenal it, you have to set it up, like it has to be prepared a little bit. You have to lean into that wizard style game plan, which, to be fair, is like still not that hard to do consistently, but having access to it in the graveyard is just insane. And I think the other thing that this really does is, if you are playing against a matchup that can fatigue you as Verdance, you're now really focused on pitch stacking like big combo turns. Or maybe the combo version of the deck kind of goes away a little bit here. I don't know. But just having access to that rampant growth in life in your graveyard, like anytime you need it, is just kind of silly to me. Like, you basically always have 2 copies. And so maybe this is just me like being sad and like butthurt because I play Victor all the time. But I just I think this card going is such a good hit for so many reasons.
100%. Actually, in addition to what you just mentioned, I kind of want to add on to it. I've heard of a few Verdance players that I chat with and stuff that they're considering just fully going off of combo entirely, like no H pots, no E pots, nothing.
Ooh, interesting.
Just because I guess their logic. Well, now with Plume ban, it kind of makes even more sense. But before they banned Plume, their logic is with 6 6s in the deck, it's like Verdance is very hard to fatigue.
Sure.
So like you're gonna have a hard, like you don't need to have the combo game plan to get over decks that are trying to fatigue you when you're just zapping them for 3 damage on every single one of your 6s, plus all the physical damage you do and whatnot. So
no, that makes a lot of sense. Having access to all of those 6s, like the arcane 6s, even if people are playing AB3, like damage is coming through. Like it's just gonna leak. And especially if you're able to set up a turn where you can hit with Go Again, like E-Strike Go Again rips 2 cards into that, and Waning Moon or something like that could be very, very powerful. The other thing that I think is kind of interesting about this is that you made the comment it's hard to fatigue, and I completely agree with that, because if you're looking to fatigue Verdance, you have to block almost every point of physical damage that comes your way, and that is not efficient to do at all times. So it can be very awkward. I think the one that's the most interesting here, and we're going to talk about this here for a second, is Talk a Big Game. Now, I'm going to pull this up on the screen just because, I was going to pull it. You know what? I have another idea. I'm going to pull it up on the screen this way so that everybody can see it. Let's see. We'll pull it up here. But yeah, so I think this card is one that took a lot of people by surprise. Probably because, we don't know what a lot of the new cards are or what they're going to be. If you have seen the spoiler list, this is my one plea. I am not throwing shade at you for looking at the spoilers. I understand. I have been fighting the good fight every minute of every day for the last 2 days. Please do not talk about the spoilers during my stream. I do not want to talk about the spoilers. I do not want to hear about the spoilers. I am waiting to see all the spoilers when they come out from content creators. So please, please wait. All right. Anyway, talk a big game. Like, this is a little bit of theory crafting here, but like, do you think this is for the Brute or the Guardian side of the card?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you. I mean, if I had to guess, it's probably for the Brute side of the card, but like, I am just as lost as everyone is about this ban. I have no idea. I am very curious to find out once we have the full set. Like, people find out what interaction was so broken with this card that they had to ban it.
I'm also very curious. My brain tells me that it's probably going to be Brute. That's just like where I go. A couple people that we know, we're not going to throw any names out, but it rhymes with Schmaler Crawford, has been saying that OG KO from Heavy Hitters is the big winner from this set. And, there's not a lot of misses you can play in the deck in KO, like just statistically, but I don't know, maybe this card like leans into like Tough Nut being broken, or maybe Lias broken because of this card. I truly have no idea. I'm curious to see what happens. I am like, this is an in LSS we trust kind of moment because I don't know what to expect here.
100%. I'm with you on that one.
Uh-oh. I lost my article. No. Man. You'd never guess I do this 3 or 4 nights a week, would you? Good Lord. I don't want to look at my profile. It's habit to click on my profile when I like open up Fab. Yo, we're falling apart. Stream's canceled. Everybody, thanks for coming. Okay, so the last card in CC that we get to talk about is Germinate getting unbanned. We saw Germinate get banned before we saw Everbloom and Life get printed in High Seas as an expansion slot. What do you think Germinate coming back does for Florian and CC?
Yeah, this is a tad scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
I know Florian right now is kind of in the dumps, like unplayable tier, but I think bringing back Germinate, like he becomes pretty viable pretty fast. Like, I know there's still bad matchups, like your Verdances of the world are still bad, and I'm sure Germinate does nothing to help with your Gravy matchup. So like those two are still kind of just punts. However, your matchups into other heroes get really good. So I am a little worried about this card. And this is also kind of coming from like the background of a mech player. This card is not fun. I mean, it's not fun when they cast it against you turn 0, so.
I mean, so like this card coming back is bad for me wanting to play Puffin at ProQuest season. I 100% agree, because now we're just turning into like block the format, which like the Fatigue Jarl deck has already seen a little bit of resurgence. Like, this is just adding to that list. But I have a like tinfoil hat theory that I'm going to share with you, that I shared with Taylor and Sam earlier. I think Germinate coming back means that Florian can fatigue Gravy Bones now.
Oh, you think so?
Listen, I'm not going to bet you my mortgage or anything. I already owed it to Taylor after I lost a bet the other day. But I do think that it is possible we see like there like almost be like a like quote unquote like switchboard, so that Florian can like fatigue Gravy Bone players and still have that good matchup. I don't know. I could be huffing too much paint. I did spray paint for cosplay earlier, which we'll talk about later tonight. But but yeah, that's like my running theory right now, is that we could possibly play fatigue Florian and get Gravy Bones that way.
That's interesting. I definitely hadn't thought about that. I wonder if you build him kind of like how people were building him in Enigma meta. Because you need some like big attacks, some like big go again attacks to kill the to kill the chums of the world. So I do wonder if that becomes I'm curious. I think the tinfoil might be. I think the spray paint may have gotten a little bit to you, but we'll see.
It's very possible, brother. It's very possible. It's been a long day, so it's very possible that I'm like too lost in my own sauce right now. Guys, if you are curious about reading more about like why they picked what cards they picked, you can see like all of the reasoning below here as I scroll through it. A word to the Marlin enjoyers out there. I feel like they specifically wrote this just for Taylor. A Golden Tipple ban surely impacts Marlin as well, but she's a deck that needs help regardless of the existence of Golden Tipple. I
love that line.
Oh man, I had to read that one out loud. It's like my favorite line from the whole article. I was like, they were just like twisting the knife on Taylor just a little bit when they saw this one.
It's LSS admitting that Marlin is shit. Period.
I mean, yeah, Taylor, take that, Taylor. Somebody just said, "I'm not joking. Considering switching to Huntsman." I did hear somebody say, "Slippy is dead. Fatigue Huntsman until I die." I have heard that phrase today in the last 2 hours and 20 minutes. So take that with what you will. I think that person huffed more paint than I did today, but anyway. We can talk about Blitz and Living Legend really quick. I don't know how much Blitz or LL you play. I've had a few controversial opinions about Blitz as of recent. So talk a big game, getting banned in Blitz is like kind of interesting to me. It actually kind of stands out that whatever is happening in CC is also going to be very powerful in in Blitz, which pushes me to believe that we're going to have the same problem from a hero in the new set and not an older hero, or maybe a hero that's still in CC. I don't know. Do you play a lot of Blitz, Emma?
Not really. The last Blitz. I mean, I guess the last Blitz event I played was a skirmish, not this skirmish season, but last skirmish season.
Okay.
And I played Leviah because I figured, in my opinion, she's broken as fucking Blitz because she gets 6 health on a stick.
Yeah.
But I did win that skirmish. So that was fun. But
let's go.
That's the last. I think that's the last Blitz I've played.
My man said I won playing a hero that most people think is unplayable in CC, and I'm out. Good enough for me. Yep. That's so funny. Oh. Deadwood Dirge getting unrestricted in LL is actually pretty interesting because, you know, they went towards restricting Deadwood Dirge because of how powerful Chain was for a while with a lot of the new RuneGate cards. And, you know, we have some Living Legend ProQuest coming up in the next few weeks. And Worlds, which is going to have Living Legends in it, is also coming up the next few weeks. How do you think Deadwood Dirge being unrestricted is going to affect LL?
So if I barely play Blitz, I play less LL. But I will say, I did like kind of track the coverage from Orlando.
Okay.
And you know, before Orlando, people were saying Chain is unplayable.
Yep.
Like he's just so bad. But 2 top 8'd in the Battle Hardened. So this might be like even scarier than like the Germinate on being unbanned in CC. Like Chain might be like Z tier and like untouchable now. I don't know. I don't know how strong it actually is in Chain, but like if they banned it because they were worried he was gonna be too strong, and then he still ends up being really strong, you know, we'll see.
I think this card is going to shake up LL quite a bit. If I'm being honest, I think I have 2 running opinions right now, and I think one of them I share with most of the community. And the first one is that I'm surprised Zephyr Needles didn't get touched in some capacity. So Needle Ira won Battle Hardened Singapore, and it also just won Orlando, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, it did.
Having won both of those in LL, which to my experience to my knowledge, is the most recent 2 Living Legend Battle Hardens, I'm very surprised that they didn't like restrict Needle to a 1 of or something, because it just seems like the best deck in the format.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah,
I mean, maybe Dirge is to help fight that. Like
maybe, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think was the finals Chain Ira, or I don't remember I don't know what the Ira played against, and maybe it wasn't against Chain.
I don't remember what the finals was. Is it chat? Does anybody remember what the finals of Orlando was off the top? I thought the BNR would unban Agroblaze 96 for declining in power. Yo, like they shot Victor in the street, broad daylight, when they printed Light Up the Leaps. Like Victor's dead, guys. So we'll take a second to talk about this here. I love Victor. I look for an excuse to play Victor anytime I can. The BNR announcement had been out 2 minutes, and I get an answer. I get a question, like a DM. Is Victor back? I don't see how. I just don't know how it's possible. I don't think Golden Tipple is enough to like put us on the board in the gravy matchup. I also don't think that Plume is enough. Now, I could be horribly wrong, but I still think Victor has the same problems he had, like, 3 weeks ago when I got back from Kansas City, or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. So I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at. But anyway, this is the BNR updates and everything going on with this. Speaking of BNR updates, there is going to be a special episode of the Breakpoints podcast this week. Actually has Emma on it himself. That is not ironic. It is going to be me, Emma, Sam, and Taylor, and that comes out tomorrow. So if you haven't checked out the podcast before, ! Breakpoints in the chat. Make sure you check that out so you catch our newest episode coming out tomorrow, where we talk about everything band related. Because I'm sure if I know Taylor, he has more tinfoil hat theories crafting right now than I do. So I'm curious to see what he comes up with.
That is so true.
Ooh, let's see. Liam Holden, champion of the people, thinks he's 50-50 into Verdance with Victor. Ooh, interesting. I like that idea. You love Victor, but does he love you back? Matt, that's a great question. How many Test of Iron Grips have you guys seen me lose on stream? So, okay. Before we talk about the deck list, I have a viewer question, Emma, that somebody wanted me to ask you. It is, have you considered backup protocol yellow in the Puffin deck? And if not, do you think it's any good to be able to retrieve Sky Warden back and trying to, have crazy good power turns with this card?
So the short answer is yes, I've tried it, and yes, it's bad. But let me elaborate.
Okay.
So the issue with backup protocol yellow is there's many reasons why, but I'll name just the first few that I got from testing. The issue is you're likely only running one. If you're running more than one of this card, then the tinfoil is way up here. The hat's getting way up there. Because this card is way too clunky, right? The first issue is if you draw it before you've seen a Warden, now it's a yellow pitch at best, right?
Okay.
And you definitely don't want to arsenal this, right? This is the last thing you want to arsenal. So there's your first issue. You draw this before Warden, then now you're pitching your one of yellow, your one of to the bottom of the deck, and then it's gonna have zero impact on the game.
Okay.
The second issue is, which I think is probably a bigger issue than that, is it's way too conditional, right? Like, you need to draw this card after you've played like a cog in the machine turn, or you just maybe had a Zeppelin turn and you have 2 golden cogs. That's your best case scenario. You just played a cog in the machine turn, maybe you hit with the Zeppelin as well, you have 3 golden cogs. And then you have to now see this card while also having a Warden in grave, right? The conditions you're adding on to this card being even remotely playable just keeps stacking to the point where it becomes unplayable, right? Your best case scenario is it's just a yellow pitch that doesn't block. That's your best case scenario, in my opinion, right? Because it's getting way too hard to resolve this card for what you want it to do. And you also, when you play this card, have to have the pitch cards to then be able to retrieve your Warden. If you draw an all red hand after let's say you played it on your prior turn. Let's say you had a cog in the machine turn, you played it to end your turn or something, and now you draw your hand and you have 4 reds. You're not gonna pitch 2 reds to go get a Warden, right?
Well, I feel even past that, if you have 1 blue, you probably don't want to spend your 1 blue doing this. It's probably not worth it.
Exactly, right? And so there's just, I don't know, there's way too many conditions. Actually, one thing I didn't mention, I kind of brushed over it briefly. There's for this to matter, right? You have to do it on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's usually what that means is then you either started your turn as this one of being one of your cranks, which then means your likelihood of having golden cogs is lower to begin with because you didn't play a cog in the machine, or you maybe you did this in a workshop, but that's still there's no way it's ever good enough to break this using a gold or maybe even one of your yellows to get 1 gold out of it, right? I think when this card this card is good if you can like do it like on demand, like not on demand, but like somewhat consistently to get like 2 or 3 gold. That's when like this card becomes like actually playable. I don't know.
Okay.
This card is horrible. Don't get me started. I've definitely tested some amount of it and it felt awful. So please don't do. I know that like gold is an issue in Puffin, but this is definitely not the solution. I promise you.
So it sounds like the answer is don't play this card. Let's stay away from it. This is why we asked the man who has tons of hours into Puffin, who's been playing Puffin a lot longer than me. So with that out of the way and the question, let's talk about our deck list. So
wait, really
quickly,
sorry, no, Mansan just posted. I saw a comment from Mansan that's like also just like a beautiful one. The main issue with this card is your opponent can just pass.
Okay, so lots of little holes in our boat here that we're trying to like paddle down the river, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't make a drop. Go ahead.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So our Puffin list here that you have, this is a new list that Emma has cooked up for us that has Backspin Thrust in it. If you are not aware of what Backspin Thrust is, it is a new expansion slot card from Super Slam that fits into the Cogs Matter plan. Now, instead of tapping a cog, you actually untap a cog, which is weird because it is very powerful, or it can maybe be kind of awkward if you don't have any tapped cogs on the turn. So I'm really curious to see how this fits into the deck. Emma, what are your thoughts on Backspin Thrust and how it might fit into Puffin?
Yeah, so I definitely have a decent amount of thoughts. Definitely the first thought is like this card can enable some like really insane turns, and it also changes it like if this card in hand, it changes your sequencing quite a bit, right? Like you sometimes like let's say you have like boost dovetail this card or something. Like you normally would go boost, or like sorry, pretend you don't have this card, right? You just have like a random 4 cards. You would go boost, dovetail, right? You usually would end on dovetail to then follow up with pistol. With this card, right now I can lead on dovetail.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And if they fully block it, like let's say it's more of a defensive deck, and I give it +1, and then they give it like a D-react. Now I can give it go again. And I'm only losing one of those cogs, right? And then I'm still getting my go again, and now I can send a Zeppelin that's online. So, like your sequencing now changes with this deck, and there's actually like you can have some really nutty turns with 1 cog. Like you can go, kind of going back to that, you can like lead dovetail with 1 cog.
Mm-hmm.
You give a +1 in reactions, and then after it hits in resolution, give it go again. So you untap it. Again, now you give it go again. Now you play backspin, untap that 1 cog, and then you play Zeppelin, right? So you just had this like 4 card 18 off of 1 cog, right? Like you can get some really really good value out of this card, like especially on even in on smaller hands.
Sure.
Like I saw the short you posted, right, where you can go like skimmer thrust into skimmer, right, things like that.
Yeah.
So. This card definitely enables some like big turns, some sequencing that makes it even harder to block Puffin, right? Like if I'm leading on dovetail and I still have like 3 cards behind, like good luck blocking that, you know?
Oh, for sure, absolutely. And like, something else that like, I didn't get to mention in the video is that, even if you just have a Sky Skimmer and a Backspin Thrust, you get to go Skimmer with go again, Backspin Thrust with go again, and then throw the gun after that. So it's like a 2-card 10. Like, I mean, you have a lot of really good lines that line up here. And one thing that I think is kind of cool is that if we have a Backspin Thrust in hand or arsenal, we actually are somewhat incentivized to tap a cog off of cog in the machine, depending on what our hand looks like. So this is another enabler.
So actually, so with my original way I built the deck, I didn't have skimmers in it because the deck just didn't produce cogs like that, like a ton of cogs super consistently.
Okay.
And I wanted the cogs for like the cards that mattered, right? Like the chain enders, or like the ones with like the big on hits, the big payoffs, right? Like your dovetails, your zeppelins, and your palantirs.
Okay.
So like when we were playing with skimmers, it kind of felt like skimmer was taking a cog away from the cards that use the cogs better.
Okay.
But with Backspin Thrust, like you can have some really strong lines with Cog in the Machine, even if you don't tap the bottom. Like, sure, tapping the bottom now feels way less punishing. But like you can have some lines where like you play Cog in the Machine, you don't tap the bottom, and you can like play Skimmer into Backspin, and then still have an online Palantir with your shoes, right?
Okay.
Like, so you can have some really strong, and you can even like on the like you could do Skimmer with Go, like so you do Skimmer. And because you have 2 action points, you don't need to give Go again. So you can like send Skimmer for 5, and then Backspin with Go again into online Palantir. Or the opposite, right? You can go Skimmer, Go again, Backspin for 5, Palantir online, right? So like you can have some really strong lines with Cog in the Machine now as well, just without tapping the bottom.
See, it's so cool, and like that's so powerful. So it sounds like this card has the potential to fit into the list.
Absolutely.
Really, really well and very, very convenient. Before I forget, Doljo89, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate you being here. Emma, I don't think I've ever had a chance to ask you these questions. Since you're here live on stream, you've probably heard me talk about them. We have 3 questions we ask everybody. And guys, this is going to Emma, but it goes for anybody who's hanging out tonight who's maybe new to the channel, or you watch videos and maybe you're just here live for the first time. Those 3 questions are, what's your name, which we kind of already know. What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? So Emma, please enlighten everybody.
Okay, so I'll definitely skip question 1 because it's on the stream.
Fair enough.
So for question 2, so what's actually funny is I did man, how long ago was this? This must have been like over a year ago. I followed you on Twitch, and I think I answered these questions, but I actually don't even remember if I did.
Okay.
So for the second question, two of my bestest friends, so Sam and Mary, I had never played a trading card game ever in my life. Ever. This is my first one.
That's awesome, dude.
Last year, like February-ish time, they had gotten into it before then, maybe like 6 months before then or something, and they brought it up to me and another buddy. They're like, hey, we're really liking this game. You guys should try it out. So like they invite me down to Charlottesville, and I played Dash IE. My first deck ever was Dash IE, and it was Merrick Kemp's. I think it was Calling Dallas. I think it was like that deck list.
Okay.
I think that's what it was, or something like that. So I mean, I had no idea what the cards did, nothing. They were just like, yeah, just play the deck, figure it out, and they helped me out, whatever. And I loved it. I went to Armory. I went 1 and 2 my first Armory. Got my ass absolutely mollywopped by the two losses. But I had tons of fun, and I just got addicted. I literally remember that night I drove home and I bought a Crown of Providence. I was like laying in bed. And I'm like, I need to build this Dash deck. So they sent me the Fabry link. I didn't know what Fabry was.
Yeah.
And like I just knew nothing. And I was like, saw the cards, like, okay. I just started buying some of these cards, and I bought a Crown of Providence that night. My first ever card I bought. I spent like $200 on a rainbow full Crown of Providence.
Dude, I love that so much.
And I'm like laying next to my wife. I'm like, man, I hope she doesn't realize how much money this is going to
be. Oh, man. It's so funny that your first deck was Dash IE. That's actually the deck that I got into the game with. Now, it was a little before you did, but yeah, it was the first hero I ever played, so that's cool.
It didn't last very long because like it was maybe like 2 weeks later. If that, Sam's like, if you really like Dash IE, you should look at Dash IO.
Okay.
And I just fell in love with that. That was like my main deck for a long time until Enigma came out, pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's how I got into Flesh and Blood. Shout out to them. Every so often when I'm like about to like leave for like a calling or for whatever, Ellie, my wife, she's always like, man, Sam and Mary really owe me an apology. It's so funny.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. It's so great.
Anyways, so that's that. And so then for the third question, I'm pretty basic when it comes to hot dogs. I do love hot dogs. It's like a top. I love hot dogs so much.
Let's go.
I played a lot of baseball when I was younger, so I was just like around hot dogs a lot of my life.
Yeah, so, I get that.
I usually just do like mustard. I'll do some like onions if they're grilled, the better, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like that's it. I mean, if you like, I'll eat like a chili cheese dog if it's presented to me.
Sure.
I'll eat like bacon on it if it's presented to me. But like, if I just want like a nice chill hot dog, I'll put some grilled onions, some mustard, and I'm good.
Dude, let's go, man. Hey, dude, we do not shame on hot dog toppings around here, dude. Like I've heard everything from nothing to no bun to like I don't even know how you're eating it. There's so much shit on top of it. So like no shame, dude.
When I was younger, I ate quite a bit of hot dogs without the bun. My mom would like just make hot dogs and just like cut them up into like little pieces, and I would just like eat them with a fork.
Dude, let's go. That's so funny. Sam actually said Ellie had no idea what hit her in the chat. So like,
yeah.
Hey Diablo, what's up, dude? Diablo, you guys got a sneak peek at my cosplay. While there's like it feels like there's like a little bit of a natural break here. I'm going to talk about this. It was requested when the Pleiades Armory deck was announced that I do a Pleiades cosplay and play the Armory deck on stream. So Carly and I have put together a cosplay for $50. $50. So it's not going to be great, guys. And I'm going to dress up like Pleiades and we're going to play the Armory deck. It's the 20th or whatever. It's like the weekend after Montreal. So don't miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Taking a look at the rest of the deck. I feel like a lot of this stuff was in there from the last time that you put the deck together and we talked about it. I will notice that you have yellow throttle in the sideboard over what I think was previously heist. So kind of talk to me about the difference there.
Yeah, so yellow throttle is kind of my pet card with this deck, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
This isn't necessarily the heist replacement. I actually, so when like the card was announced, I figured the deck could be a lot leaner. So like if you look at the color count, we only have 19 blues, which I'm pretty sure let me look really fast. I think the prior version of the deck had 21 or 22. So the deck is a lot leaner just because we were able to cut 4 2-cost reds, right? So we cut the turbines and we cut the heists.
Mm-hmm.
And so cutting the heists felt actually really clean, adding Backspin Thrust, because if I'm able to like untap throughout my turn, then I don't need as many cogs, right?
Sure.
And so that kind of takes away the upside of heist. Part of the upside of heist. Don't get me wrong, there's more upsides, but that's like part of the upside of heist.
Sure.
And like there were just times where like and I'm sure you've noticed this on stream, you'll draw all red hands, and like if 2 or 3 of them are 2-cost reds, it's just like unplayable.
It's so bad.
So cutting a lot of the 2-cost reds that were already kind of iffy to begin with, I think will help smooth that out a bit. Like drawing all red hands isn't going to feel as punishing. So that's why I wouldn't necessarily say that the Yodel, which is my way of saying yellow throttle, the Yodel is taking the spot of the heist. I think the Backspin Thrust and the Skimmers, those are taking the heists, the turbines, and then any like miscellaneous cards that were already kind of iffy to begin with.
Okay.
So and I guess it's the 2 more blues. So like we cut the 2 blues 0 to 60s. So that's how we kind of trimmed down the deck. The blues. So we also cut down on a cog. We were on 9 originally in Kansas City. We're on 8 now. And that was more just like a quality of life thing. There were just too many hands where sometimes we drew like 3 of them, and when you draw 3 of those, you can't play the game. So
sure.
You can't interact with your opponent either. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, cards that can't block and don't allow you to feel your game plan feel pretty bad.
Yeah. So I do think more 0/4s, especially if they are actually doing things other than just being a 0/4, will help the smoothness of the deck. I do slightly worry. I kind of mentioned this to you like when I sent you the list.
Mm-hmm.
I do slightly worry about 3 Backspin Thrusts. If you draw 2 in a hand, it can just kind of be 2 like a 0/4 that does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Is just a 0/4. So like, I mean, at least it blocks 3, so there's that.
Sure.
And like, so there were definitely play lines in the past where like you block 9 and just like send Skimmer. Like that happens sometimes. But we want to make sure that the deck still functions on like 5 cards smoothly, at least as smoothly as possible. So, this is something where we're gonna have to play around with if you run 2 or 3 of these, if it's 2 or 3 Skimmers, things like that. Turbines might come back into the deck if we notice cog generation's a bit light. if we need more guaranteed go again, maybe we put the heists back in because it's gonna always have go again, things like that.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. I'm very intrigued to see how the changes play out. Just because the Sky Skimmer was a card that I kind of felt like should be in the deck when you first showed it to me, but it almost felt like you were playing yellow Zipper Hit in place of that because you don't always have the cogs, or you'd rather be using cogs on something like Zeppelin or Dovetail or something more impactful. So exactly. I think these are cool changes. I'm very excited to see how it plays out tonight. Is there anything that you want to talk about before we jump into some games?
Not really. I guess my last thought I just had in my head is I think this version of the deck is getting more towards I think what the final version of the deck will look like okay. When the deck is good, if it ever gets there. I think cutting, you can finally start cutting some of the iffy reds that aren't the best, and really smoothing it out, kind of trying to be almost Aurora Light if possible. Type playlist type gameplay with some 2-for-4. I mean, sorry, not 2-for-4. Some 2-for-6 powerful chain enders.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. When I was somebody asked me on Saturday when I streamed the deck, or the last iteration of the list, they were like, what do you think you'll cut? And I was like, well, I'll probably cut Yellow Throttle and 2 Cogwork Zeppelins, but the way you set the deck up makes so much more sense to me. It looks so much cleaner. And I was like, yes, this is exactly why I waited to let Emanuel build the deck and not me. Because, you just have so much more time on the deck. You just know so many more things about it. So it's so much easier for you to get a grasp on things like that. So I'm very excited. I would say I'm hopeful that we play this card tonight because right now it's just a rainbow foil sitting on my sideboard. But if we're playing this, we're playing against Kano. So it's do we even really want to be playing this card?
Right, yeah, that's fair. I mean, same with the Visiertronic. It's just for Kano.
So somebody was very confused when I fired up 0 AB into Verdance the other night, and then I did win. So that felt pretty good. I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I just think decks like this, when you're playing into a deck like Verdance, the last thing you want to do is give up cards on defense to pitch when you are trying to kill them, right? The whole plan is to kill them before they get online, and their value engine just outvalues you the rest of the game.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I completely agree. You want to be running them over. You want to be asking them the questions, not trying to answer questions, for sure.
Exactly.
Hey, Damien, what's up, dude?
I did just forget. I didn't answer the Yodel question, why it's in the deck.
Oh, sure.
So, like I said, mainly it's because it's my pet card, but I do think it serves a purpose in that it's kind of the perfect medium of what the deck wants to do, because it wants to send two costs big reds, which it pitches for, but it also attacks as a 2 cost, and if that's the only 2 costs you have in hand, and it fits the curve. So I think it's a nice little medium in between the two that feels nice in the deck.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
The deck functions pretty well on yellow pitch.
Do we want to go first or second here?
I think we want to go second.
I'm assuming we're going second to race them.
Yeah. Kasai is a pretty aggressive deck, so I'd want to go second here. They're not. I mean, they could try to fatigue us.
Sure.
So the sideboard, the buttons are not all set up, so we can kind of.
That's okay.
Do a.
So right here, it looks like we're on Crown of Dominion. I would assume that this is correct. Just because we want that extra gold to be able to start the game off with here. And then our sideboard plan has everything but the Yodels and the blue Cogwork Zeppelin.
So I think into Kasai, I would the one change I would make is I would cut the 2 backup reds. I don't think we need those into this matchup. And then I would consider running the Yodels. Just to have, because I think Kasai is a deck that blocks well. So once they get low in life, they can kind of transition to try to fatigue us.
Mm-hmm.
So having those extra cards are good.
Okay. No, I like that. That makes a lot of sense. All right, so we're still on 66. We're just on a different 66 here.
Yeah.
They also run Crown of Dominion into us. I feel like that's probably a concession to them wanting to get the allies into play. One thing that we have to be aware of is the new card that Kasai's playing. It gives Go Again, I believe, is what it does. It gives Go Again, and if it hits, create a token.
A sellsword, yeah.
Yeah. So we're probably just blocking Zipper Hit here, is my first thought.
Yeah, 100% here.
And then, are we blocking Palantir or Soup up here?
So this hand has the potential to just like send Palantir.
Yeah.
So I think for the upside, I probably block with Soup. I just take the 1 damage.
Okay.
It's a little iffy because like if we don't draw, like we probably need to draw like a cog or a blue here.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a world where we block with shoes here, believe it or not.
Okay.
Because we probably need the shoes to send this Palantir this turn. So we'll kind of
Okay.
play it. We'll see how it goes. Okay.
So, do we want to Puffin and Poly or Puffin and the Copper Cog here?
I'm definitely ripping the Poly Puffin here.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this is not going to be. We're not going to Palantir this turn. It's most likely going to be our arsenal.
Okay.
Oh.
So
do we get to use it? Oh, yeah. So we can go. So we always lead with the Fast and Furious here.
Yeah, I was like, this is just 4 go again. And then
man, if this Zeppelin hits, this Backspin Thrust would be kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good.
Because then it's 4 go again, and then sends pistol for 3, not for 2.
Oh, dude, that would be so insane. Just to add that extra point, and the 4 extra points would be so good.
Right,
so
exactly.
We did have a question for you. So, question for Emma: Puffin or Dio?
Ay, Dios mío. So that's like my thing. Whenever I just say "Ay, Dios mío." It's the Hispanic in me.
Dude, no, no need to apologize. I'm here for it. I love it.
So I love both. I have so much love for both decks. Man, I think like it just depends on the day. If I'm being honest, like you ask me like, oh wait, is this gonna hit? Or they probably have a defense reaction. If I'm being honest.
Assuming
most likely.
This is a defense reaction from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So do we want to Arsenal the Backspin Thrust or the Palantir here?
See, this is where it gets a little iffy. Arsenaling Backspin Thrust can be like that. It's a little scary to Arsenal it. I don't know. I mean, on the backside, it's also not the most. I mean, we have all of our equipment blocks still, so I think Arsenaling Palantir is correct.
Okay.
Well, we have another one to block with, so there's that at least. But yeah, that's a man that. Oh, they're playing the card. So does it say hits or just hits it here? It just hits.
It says hits.
I mean, a Sellsword I'm not really too scared about in this deck. Like against us, like
it's probably something we could like throw the gun at if we need to.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. It's like, I mean, we might not be able to do it this turn.
So are we blocking with the second Palantir here?
So looking at this, I think if we want to send the Palantir in our arsenal, we're gonna have to block with arms and legs here.
Okay.
And then we keep the Yodel to pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for value purposes here, we can probably just block with the arms and legs here.
Okay.
And then we just stick the other Palantir in front of the sword. I mean, we could also just keep this Palantir and arsenal it because we're not drawing a card this next turn.
Okay.
Because this blue cog is gonna live another turn, so like we draw like a cog in the machine or something. It's another, it's just another online Palantir. So I think here we can just block. We can block with the backspin. Yeah.
All right. So nothing comes across, and they have this set up. So we are going to keep this around, and then we're going to play the Copper Cog. We are going to crank the Copper Cog, and then we're just going to throw the Palantir. We're already seeing the Yodel coming in as resources here over Heist, which is actually like lining up pretty well. So feels pretty good here in this spot. Because otherwise we would have had to have used our Copper Cog to be able to like as resources here.
The Heist would have had on hit get Cog from Banish, like there, so like that would have been relevant at least. But I don't know. It's just when we're doing our testing with Heist versus Yodel originally, there were just so many instances where so here I think it's just a double tap angle.
I was actually thinking the same thing. I was gonna do it twice and then ask you what you thought. But this seems kind of like we talked about with the like mid-rangey matchups where it's like we would rather save the unicycle for being able to get our favor scene.
Exactly.
Right here.
Yep. Exactly. So this is 100% worth the value to break the unicycle. So it was like when I saw them defend with a Fate for Scene last turn, I figured it was gonna be a more defensive Kasai.
Sure.
Because it's usually like sinks and shelters. So, seeing Fate for Scenes is like they're running 9 reacts like minimum. Yeah, this hand's pretty good.
So if we block nothing, we have the ability to go Zipper Hit, activate Heart, throttle, and then we throw the Dovetail, and we could give it going in here and then potentially use the gun effect here, or we could just give it +1. So
depending on how they block. Yep.
Hey, Flush and Bad. I don't know if this is Tegan or Aurora, but I'm glad you're here and hanging out with us. I really enjoyed the Jarl stream earlier. It was a lot of fun to watch while I was pretending to work today. Nobody tell my boss. All right, so since our hand's pretty good, I feel like we're in a pretty safe position to just say no blocks here.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I guess I can take this moment to finally answer the question: Puffin or Dio.
Ooh.
That's kind of crazy. The two cell swords.
That's tough.
I mean, I guess they probably have a blue and they're just gonna go cell sword, saber. That's getting pretty disgusting.
I was like, yeah, we're probably gonna have to like take a turn off here. Yeah, so
they drew, so they go cell sword, saber. Yeah.
So how are we?
I personally think that we still just send the whole hand at face, and because if they don't want the dovetail to hit, then they can't punish us as hard on the cell swords.
Okay.
And then if the dovetail hits, we then kill one of the cell swords with gun.
Okay. Yep. I like it. I like it a bunch.
Because they're gonna. I mean, this hand is presenting a ton of damage. So like, if they want to like keep up and attack with these guys, they have to keep cards, right?
Right, for sure. So we will keep this around. So we'll just go ahead and lead on Zipper Hit.
I think TLDR, it's probably Puffin. I think the deck is just a little more consistent, a little more. I don't know if I would say it's a little more fun, but I don't know. I've been enjoying it more lately. Like when you draw the bad hands in Dio, it's like really punishing bad hands that do nothing. So I think I lean Puffin, at least right now. Even though like Dio was my original love, and that she will always be that.
My experience so far has been between the two, because I've played quite a bit of Dio. I've never played it at like a high level at a tournament, but I do really enjoy Dio a lot. It's a very fun deck to play. I feel like that you are trading some ceiling for consistency with the Puffin deck. And I'm somebody who really values consistency. It is like my guardian brain won't let me not value consistency, but I just like it so much.
Yeah.
It's Labor Day, no labor allowed. Dude, let me tell you. So at my job, if on like major holidays, if you want time off, you have to use PTO. Like I do not get paid holidays off, like at Christmas and everything. Now they give us extra PTO because of that throughout the year to use it, but I used a ton going to London, Vegas, and Singapore. So your boy worked today. I got up about 8 o'clock and had to work today.
Okay, so this is looking like it's just he's just trying to race with the cell swords.
I mean, it's not a bad play. Like drawing 2 Blood Follows Blade in the first like 4 turns of the game is pretty impactful.
He also is running 68 cards, so it's just kind of unlucky that he saw 2 of them in the top 1% of his deck.
Yeah, very interesting to say the least, for sure. So I guess with a blue and a 0 cost go again, it could actually be. So it'd have to be like hit and run in blue.
Yeah, I mean they have a vigor, so they could like maybe pitch a blue to draw, and then have like a glint or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I completely agree. Our work system PTO that they have at my job is kind of bizarre. It's actually all over the place. So pumping nor giving going really matters.
Yeah, so you can just pass.
Times like this, I miss having the plasma pistol from IE.
Yep. This is an unfortunate hand. Oh, that's their blue. They're running snag into us.
Man, I gotta tell you, I'm getting sick of seeing that card. I'm not even playing Slippy Dog. Like, it's crazy.
This is an unfortunate hand.
I mean, It kind of feels like this hand blocks 6.
Well, blocks 5.
Well,
I know. I guess Warden blocks 6. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. I mean, we don't get the gold.
Block 6.
And then we can go Fast and the Furious at Sellsword. Sellsword. And then we have the ability to throw Backspin Thrust at the other one, I guess.
Yeah, I don't hate that. If that's the case, I probably wouldn't block the Sabers. I'd just block the Sellswords to get value on the blocks.
That's true. Because we're technically blocking like 1 less with the way it lines up. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, did they not have Go again? Oh, they didn't have Go again. They didn't have Go again.
All right. Well, I'm bad. I just assumed they were gonna have like Go again.
Yeah. That's a safe. I think it's a safe assumption. I mean, that's fine. I guess. I mean, we'll take 4 damage. We're sending more than that at least.
So I guess we can still kill a Sellsword here.
Yeah. So I think we definitely kill a Sellsword. Yeah.
And then I guess we're just gonna pitch Warden to Zeppelin.
So the issue is I don't want to keep. I don't know if I want to keep the
Backspin Thrust.
The Backspin Thrust. So like I might even consider over pitching it.
Are we attacking them for 5? You think, or do you think we're just gonna like?
Actually, I don't hate the idea of just like killing a Sellsword. Yeah, that's fine. Because now I mean they have full tempo, but I mean we'll see what they do with it. Especially because they're running so many cards. We'll see how efficient their turn is going to be.
Hopefully they draw a little bit of a brick. Drawing 2 of the Blood Follows Blade has been pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, we drew another banger.
Man, dude, we are crushing it tonight. If we win this game, it is a testament to how good this deck is, because like this is crazy.
Look at that. Well, at least we did the correct thing. They pitched the shelter away. It's looking like their turn isn't amazing, so that's good at least.
Yeah. So let's see.
I'm totally down to just block.
I mean, yeah.
Because like we haven't seen a cog in the machine yet, right?
Yep.
And I think we've only seen 2 cogs. So.
Yeah, we played a cog and we boosted one.
Yeah. So
activate Kasai.
We're likely to this Palantir will be online hopefully soon.
So activate Kasai is interesting. I wonder if they have like a what's the Blade Flurry?
The Blade Flurry. I mean, I don't think we play. I think we block 5. I don't think we play around it.
So you think we should just block 5 here?
Yeah. I mean, because this hand isn't converting well on offense, right?
So I guess we could block Zeppelin and Soup Up.
Yeah. Because at least worst case we just like send Bludger.
Yeah, sure. It's just a okay.
We're likely just gonna block. Yeah, I think here I'm just yeah. I don't think we care about denying the gold, like giving the Foundry Heart.
So we'll just give up 1 here, I guess. I was expecting an in the swing. Yo, are they about to hit us with a Nourishing Emptiness?
Be kind of heat.
Would be a blowout, and I would not have played around it in any capacity. All right, we need a good one.
Well, this is better at least, but it's still not amazing.
I mean, I was like, this hand's still like.
Well, I guess it's not even that good because
this hand's still so mediocre.
It blocks. It doesn't block amazing.
We don't even block well.
Yeah.
This is like the battle of like who's got the worst deck in the format right now. Like this is crazy.
I forgot one of my buddies said this to me, and I mean they might not be wrong. There's like Puffin sometimes feel like it's just like a majestic dot deck. Like if you don't draw the good cards, the deck does nothing, which is kind of proven to me right here.
I mean, yeah,
I can't deny it.
This feels pretty clunky.
No.
Like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like this feels like proportionally just bad draws. I don't think I've drawn this bad playing this deck yet.
It's because I'm on stream. you have my bad luck.
Oh, that's funny.
It's actually so. I think when I was mentioning it to you, me and my buddy, I would probably just keep the soup probably, just because it's better on offense than it is on defense.
Sure. So we can like play Cog and Crank and then come in for 4.
Yeah. There's the end of swing you were talking about.
All right, so we're down to 10.
Me and my other buddy that kind of like built the deck together. They were like they were saying, because whenever we play games, he just draws way better than I do.
Okay.
So that was just like, that's like an ongoing joke between us.
I love it. All right, so 2 clunkers back to back. I'm trying to think if there's like a world if we can give up a card and like Teklo Foundry Heart here to be able to like keep like blue cog in the machine and something else.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. They had that taken on the chin in their arsenal for a while.
All right. Joke's on them. We don't have functional hands.
Okay. I mean, this hand. It's not incredible.
This hand is a hand.
Yeah, I don't think we draw. I don't think we block the first saber. So it's just 2. If they have a blade flurry, then they have a blade flurry.
Sure. Man, you're like telegraphing things tonight, dude.
I mean, they had 4 cards behind, so I figured they had something.
That's fair. Electrum, yeah, we talked about the BNR at the very beginning of the stream. It's like one of the first things we did when I turned on the stream. So yeah, you can catch the VOD like when the Twitch stream is over, or you can catch it on YouTube. It'll be up on both. But yeah, I mean, I overall I think I'm.
Oh, interesting. They send the nurse.
A little pleased with how everything's panned out. So.
Where's my soup up now? Unlucky.
Yeah, really though. Or even like an extra golden cog to just like make this happen. Yeah. I mean,
we can go. I mean, we can't.
We could.
I think
block 5.
I think I block with Skimmer here instead of the workshop, and because this Palantir is just dying in our arsenal, so I think we can go 0 to 60. Play the workshop off of the Warden, and then we just Foundry Heart and send the Palantir, and then we're at least gonna have 2 cogs that are gonna have extra counters.
So, Michael, I'm gonna be honest. I think you might be a little overreacting to the Bonds of Agony ban. I still think Slippy's gonna be a very good deck. Like, I think Slippy's gonna be okay. All right, so we get the lead here.
I would bet you money that we're gonna Foundry Heart away a cog in the machine here.
Oh man.
Side with 6 cards, surely they can't kill us.
Surely. Oh man. I like this Seduce Secrets is actually seeing some play. So now we get to play this. I was expecting to get blown up by Ripple Away. We hit 2 copper cogs.
2 cogs. Okay, yeah. Heist is super online this game.
Yo, we're rolling, dude. So I don't think Gravy doesn't care, but I do think Gravy is still fine. Like I think Gravy is going to be completely fine. I think Slippy is still fine. Like I honestly Thomas just said that Slippy's still the best deck in the format. I think that Slippy is still like easily top 3 best decks in the format right now. The only thing that makes Slippy a little bit worse is the fact that we are entering into like a good Florian meta. And I think that that's going to like make it a little weird. Man, pitching Riches and Eye of Ophidia, dude's just flexing on us.
It kind of is.
We're drawing unplayable Mechanologist hands and they're just flexing on us. Yes, play all these blue cards. Hopefully you don't have anything else. No, stop it.
No.
Stop it.
God.
Oh yeah, we're cooked.
No, surely we can block. 28.
I mean, I guess we're just blocking 9 here.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what we keep.
That's what I'm thinking about. I was thinking about keeping the yellow Zipper Hit because it fits into like a cost curve pretty well. We could also try to keep something like yellow Zeppelin just because like it's a 2 for 5.
Yeah. I think we definitely give Throttle and Bludger. I think it probably is a Zeppelin.
We're giving the
Like,
Zeppelin or keeping?
Yeah, like blocking with it. Yeah.
Okay.
I
mean, I think we're gonna have to block with the Zipper Hit this turn as well.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I'm just like if we're playing optimally, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I think the arsenaling the Palantir is also part of. I mean, granted, we drew just clunkers in general, but it's a good tail on not arsenaling Palantir.
I guess I'm supposed to block with Heart there.
He probably just has the end of swing. If he kept all these cards.
Ayo, we're dead anyway. Good game.
You drew pretty well.
I mean, for running.
I mean, we definitely didn't draw well.
Dude, we had 2 unplayable hands.
It's like 2.5.
There were some pretty bad hands there, like where it's like if we have Cog on board, or like if we have like an ability like draw a card, maybe we're able to put something together. But like those hands were like really rough there for a minute.
Yeah, I wonder if taking the turbines out, we maybe need to go up on cog count again.
Okay.
Like just like one or maybe like 2 more cogs main board.
Okay. Are you talking about the copper cogs?
Yeah. Sorry, copper cogs. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good. It's very possible that that's the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially like I think I mentioned this to you when we were talking. If Puffin somehow starts becoming like that deck people worry about, like Ripple Away is like such a big blowout to this deck. So taking things like Turbine out of the deck, like kind of
it like insulates.
I forgot the word. That's the word. Insulates you from that, and like Cog in the Machine still gets hit, but it's not as bad because you don't like just end your turn.
Yeah, for sure. No, absolutely. I did get blown out by a Ripple Away the other day. That felt pretty bad. Yeah. All right, so let's answer a few questions from chat here. And Emma, I would love to get your opinion on this. And they are in no way Puffin related. They are all stemming from what I just said about Slippy and Florian. So let's.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
How are we entering a good Florian meta? Germinate didn't help with his Syndra matchup. I am of the opinion that before, like when we were like let's go back to like U.S. Nationals. I don't think Florian had a bad Syndra matchup. There was a version of the deck that the Runaways put together that had a pretty good Syndra matchup because you were just happy to block with 3 cards every turn and then just like do your thing. And when you were able to like Felling or Plow Under or Command and Conquer, it was just like icing on the cake. So I think that Florian has some bad matchups, but I think Florian's in a good spot in the meta right now. Emma, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like unbanning Germinate like automatically propels him to like S tier or anything like that. But I think he definitely becomes more playable at a minimum. Like you're not trolling if you're taking him to like a Calling or a Battle Hardened. Like he has playability now, so I kind of mentioned this when we talked about the BNR. Like he still has like you're still kind of punting your Verdants and your Gravy matchups if you're playing Florian, and with the new card, Verdants is seeming like she's going to be a top 2-3 deck. So there's that issue, and even though they kind of the Tipple bans hurt Gravy, I think that the Gravy matchup is still unplayable, and he's still going to be a top 5 represented deck. So. That part still, I think Florian is not the best, but his other matchups I think are, they're definitely more playable. I don't know, and I don't think he had a bad Syndra matchup to begin with.
There are a lot of decks that Florian was just able to like punish and stay in front of, like Prism. It was able to stay in front of Slippy very well, and just some things like that because it was able to play so many defense reactions and just block and poppers. And I think that Germinate doesn't, again, like Emma said, I don't think it makes him the best deck in the format, but it makes him like playable. It makes him to where like he is a relevant meta pick. Maybe like, but like again, like it's just he's not gonna be broken, but he's gonna be fine. And when I said Slippy is gonna be like one of the best decks in the format, I think it is one of the best decks in the format pre-bans. Like, and if you're blown away by what I mean when I say best deck, one of the best decks in the format, let me reiterate to where maybe this makes more sense. Slippy has been one of the top 3 represented decks at every tournament he's been to over like the last 2 to 3 months or something like that. That is just having a good matchup spread. You are playing Syndra with on-hit effects. And taking away bonds definitely like takes down some of that nonsense that you were doing that makes your matchup bad. But what bonds did more than anything, in my opinion, is it gave your opponent a chance to make a mistake. It gave you all of the options. And I think people are just like really overreacting saying that Slippy is dead. It still has a really good place in the meta. You're going to have to play less Justinix now, which I don't think is anybody's going to complain about that. Or you're going to have to retool the deck. But you're still playing Syndra with on hits. So you're playing like a ninja, basically, with like just a bunch of on hits. So I still think Slippy's going to be a good deck. Oh, I thought I was muted or something. I was like, oh, and I can't hear me.
Oh, wait. No. Did you want me to like follow up on that?
Oh, I didn't know. If you want to say something, that's great. You don't have to. I was just like, I was giving you a chance to respond if you wanted to.
Oh, sorry. Sure. Yeah. No. So, I might not be as high as you are. I do still think Slippy is absolutely playable. Like I think he's a good deck, but he definitely loses quite a bit of points.
Sure.
Especially into I kind of said this like for Florian. I mean not for Florian, for what was it, for Gravy. He kind of loses points into aggro because like you were kind of saying he's like Syndra with on hits, but like Syndra has the ultimate on hit of like draw a card. So like there's that difference. And like me as an aggro deck, I am very happy to just say no blocks, unless you present something that's like truly relevant, and then just like race you down because my numbers on like base are just purely better than yours. So losing bonds, I think, helps aggro decks beat Slippy now, just because they can more freely say no blocks and not have to worry about getting bonds like randomly in like turn 2 or whatever.
Do we want to go second against Marlon? Oh. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, you're good. Marlon, we probably want to go first.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to like work to get a card into their arsenal. Going second, so I'm
okay. This thing where it's not gonna let me pick. Talishar's been doing this, where like it won't let me pick, and I sat in a game for like 5 minutes the other day, and it wouldn't let me pick. So I don't know what's going on there.
But yeah, so I do think Slippy's still good, but I wouldn't say he's like S tier anymore.
I completely agree with that. I just think that he's tier 1.5. Like now, how I take away from that. Okay.
Yeah, I bet you money this is Taylor. Probably, I would bet you money this is Taylor.
Yo, Taylor's out here trolling. Somebody just said Marlon is screwed. Yo, let's give Taylor the freaking business right here.
I mean, maybe it's not Taylor, but I could just like see it being Taylor.
Taylor would 100. He likes to join as Agroblaze 69 when he plays against me.
Oh, that's true. So maybe it's like, maybe it's not. Yeah. Maybe it's not him.
A balance in this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So into Marlon, it gives you like extra fridge, and then when they play 3 oak, the crackback is nuts.
Okay, I like that. And then it looks like we're on Jolly Bludger, which I love. And then we have Yoddles, 1 Copper Cog, the Zeppelin, the 2 yellow Zeppelins, and 2 backup protocol reds in the side.
Yep. So we need to cut 1 card. I lean usually when it's like this. I usually just lean on cutting one of the Copper Cogs.
Okay.
It's just because we usually the issue is we're adding 3 bludgers but only taking out 2 yellow Zeppelins, so we have to find the 3rd cut.
Okay.
That's also something I've been debating, is cutting a bludger, just have like 2 of, because you saw in like that last game it wasn't the most impressive card.
Okay, so we have the ability to Copper Cog and Poly here, but I don't know if we want to even draw a card here on turn 0.
So I don't hate the idea of playing the Cog and then sending the bludger with Overpower.
Ooh.
Just to like force some armor block turn 0, or they might have a block card too, but I think it's worth trying. And then we're arsenaling heat because this Cog's gonna be online next turn.
No, I love this. I absolutely love this. Stealing this gold, like, to start off is really good. And it's very funny because, when we did our interview, you mentioned that, like, rarely are you sending this with Overpower. And I actually won a game the other day where I overpowered at the end. Oh, we're getting the Sarong here?
He might have a Codex, which is why he blocked with the King Shark. So that part might suck, but
that's terrifying. Terrifying.
Yeah. But at least. Or not. Oh god.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Okay, he has a red fin for next turn. Sure. He pitched away 2 pumps, so there's a world where he's like doesn't draw any, and we only have 1 red too, so that's kind of
Yeah, I know, right? So we can
perfect.
just block with it.
Yeah.
Is Mario a better assassin now? If I'm going to be honest, I think Mario is hurt worse by the Bonds of Agony hit than I think that Slippy was. Ooh, you get to discard the Goldfin Harpoon for like no like real hurt value here.
Yeah, that's a cool interaction. Oh, he didn't hook. Yeah.
Hasn't created a gold. I mean, it's overpowered. So
He hasn't. I mean, it's 11 though. We have fridge. Like
3, 5, 7, 9, 10. Ugh, we're 1 short. Taylor
yeah.
was counting.
I mean, he doesn't. Yeah. If we have a soup up here, we absolutely stuff this, and he loses hook.
Oh,
It's
that
12.
would be awesome. Oh yeah, that's a
It's
0
12,
for
12,
4. Yeah, that's a +4. So
I thought it was 11. Yeah.
I guess we're just blocking with Dovetail here.
Yeah.
And I guess looking at our turn, we're probably looking at Coppercog into the workshop here to try and draw a card.
My only concern with that is you're pitching a yellow, so your Zeppelin isn't online.
Okay.
Like just like if you only have 1 floating is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually think I go Poly Workshop pitching the cog.
Okay.
Worst case we IP ourselves on the Warden, which is like not the worst case when you have a guaranteed golden cog.
Okay. So Poly, and you said you want to play the workshop, right?
Yeah, I 100% play the workshop. We have the perfect curve for it, and if we draw like a 2-cost boost here, like a throttle, or I guess we don't have the yottle, so kind of we need to be like a throttle, or even just like a 1-cost. Blue throttle works. Right, now we can send the whole hand.
Yep, so we get to go 4 going in here. Oh no, they're in the wrong order. Dang.
The deck is trolling us.
Cinder is definitely a winner from this BNR.
I could see that.
I hadn't really considered that, but I kind of like that train of thought. I don't hate that. Is it going to convince me to get back on the deck? No. I was so miserable playing Syndra.
Into like a different deck, I would consider not doing Poly, but I know Marlin has a hard time killing her, so that's why I was not as hesitant to just rip her there.
Especially with only 3 copies of Golden Tipple in the deck.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they might just have the blue one now, but we'll see.
That's fair. It's very possible.
Yeah.
So I guess here we get to just pump twice, and
yeah, we just make it 8.
I was like,
but and, you know, doing it this way, we got to send 4 damage guaranteed. Because like, if this had happened, then we don't draw that blue throttle, and we just end the turn with Warden in our hand.
Right. I guess we want to go Coppercog first.
Yeah, usually, yeah. Oh, look, we drew another. Oh, he just okay. Sure. Well, Folly saved us 6 life.
This is such a W.
Yep.
This is such a W. It's crazy.
Our
hand looks pretty good too.
Yeah, I think the goal. I think here we're just gonna go 6, 4, 3, and then 2, and then we just arsenal the soup.
I was like, we're just gonna arsenal the soup up and set up for next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was Polly has been quite. Sometimes I mean some of the times like Polly has saved me so much life, or like just like or like a relevant on hit like.
Oh sure.
I remember playing against I believe it was a Bravo, and they sent a Rouse into Polly.
Okay.
So
and you're
saving
just like,
7
deal.
life. Yeah.
We get
and then
in and the damage stuff.
I've had multiple Slippies send bonds into into Polly as well.
Oh man, that has to feel so
thanks
good.
Thanks for not making me think about it.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, Sky Warden looking pretty good here. I mean,
it's looking okay. We'll see because if they play 3 of a kind here, yeah, that's my only concern here. So they've already drawn. This is already 1 card drawn.
Mm-hmm.
So if they crack gold, this could be a balanced turn. And if that card is a blue, then it's nuts. Because we can send like the whole hand.
Well, I was like, if they ended up blocking with a blue, we get to just do everything, right?
Right.
Or I mean, if we draw into a blue is what I meant. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I knew it. I figured.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, they're discarding a card.
All right, so they discard Sunken Treasure, and then it's going to be King Shark Harpoon for 13.
Yep.
So no extra draw here. Balance is not online. We are not really going to be able to stop this.
Yep. I mean, I think in this case, I just I just block with Warden.
Okay.
I think what likely is going to happen is he's going to take the Fast and Furious. So now we're stuck with two costs.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at least we can still go like 4. we just like send the Arsenal.
And then we can Arsenal the Palantir, I suppose, to try and set up for a better turn. Or do we want to Arsenal the Throttle because it's guaranteed?
In this instance, I always settle the Arsenal the Throttle.
Okay.
Yeah, always Arsenal the Throttle. I guess we're only sending 3, but
yeah,
it is what it. There's a world where we like don't block with the Warden, but I think he hooked. We definitely don't. Oh, I forgot about the hook. We definitely don't block with Warden there. The hook took our gold.
Oh,
yeah. So we definitely don't block. Yeah.
Oh,
I completely forgot about that. So yeah, we definitely don't block with Warden. Then we just block with a 3 block because then our hand still functions if he takes anything.
I was like, it doesn't matter what he takes at that point. If he takes the Fast and Furious, we just throw like, we just go like Throttle, go again into Soup Up, and then Arsenal the Palantir.
Yeah, so I think there we probably block with actually it's not super trivial because if we block with, let's say we block with one of the 2 costs, he just takes the other 2 costs, and now the Warden is pointless.
Okay.
The other option is we block with the Fast and Furious, but then he takes the Warden, and then now we're just in the same spot.
Okay.
But regardless, I don't think we block with Warden because we just gave him an extra gold.
Yeah. No, it definitely feels bad for sure. Gold to tip is +3.
It's okay. You get to draw a card here, so that's nice.
Redfin Harpoon. Okay.
Okay. He probably takes our Palantir here.
So this is going to be a ton. 15 overpower. Oh, just kidding. Yep. I mean, you might as well. Us blocking 15 does not seem very likely.
Okay, so do we want to? Trying to think if we want to crack balance here.
Before blocks, you mean?
No, well, no, definitely not before blocks.
I was definitely thinking we should do it afterwards.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like what he's gonna take, right? So he's gonna likely take the Palantir, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Man, on hits like this, I like to just say no blocks. Usually, is when I have multiple of them. But we're getting low on life.
So if we block with Heart and Balance here, we take 11, go to 11, and then we have a hand that functions pretty well with no matter what they take.
Right.
I mean, the Sky Skimmer, I guess, like if they, well, man.
Well, the issue is the Soup and the Skimmer aren't amazing here, right? Because we don't have any cogs. We would need to draw one. I mean, we could block with Tinkerings, as well, just to like for the Skimmer to be online.
Okay.
But that doesn't feel amazing either.
Yeah, it really just depends on like what we draw into. I guess is like going to determine like how this plays out.
That's why I'm like contemplating not blocking. Oh, sorry, not block. Sorry, not cracking balance because we would need to crack it like before blocks in this, like, right? Like that's how we find the like determine the best line.
No, that makes sense. Is there any world we want to block with the rings and then block with Soup Up to be able to like block 4?
Just to block. I mean, I don't hate that either. I mean, I definitely like blocking with Balance and Foundry Art. Take the Palantir.
So I'm kind of thinking that they're not going to take the Palantir. I don't know. Like I feel
Well, I think the issue is if we block with Tinkerings, I think we kind of incentivize them to take the Palantir, right?
Okay.
Um.
So do we just want to block 6 and then just let it happen?
I mean, we could block 7 and then see how they play it out. And then here, like if they take the Palantir, that's fine. We still have a play with the Skimmer.
Okay. I mean, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We might. We do not want to crank this. We might. I don't know. We might draw into like some Stone Cold Nuts here. We might hit something really cool off the top.
Right. Right, and I think we definitely crack balance after the on-hit resolves.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, because blocking with the arm piece in the unicycle, I kind of like where you're at because it's like we're playing a little bit of like mental head games here, like almost like forcing them to think about the fact that we blocked with everything but didn't give a card from hand.
Exactly. Yeah, like we're putting them kind of in the blender, deciding what to take. Because Palantir right now is not online, and like we can't play this cog. And I mean, if we play the cog, if he takes one of the other reds, we then can't send the Palantir.
Right.
But like if we draw a blue off of this balance, our hand is kind of gross.
Taylor said 2 filler heroes going at it.
he's not wrong.
Oh man, we're like basically like playing draft right now. This is just like high seas draft with like some cool cards.
Just like 40 health draft.
Yeah, exactly. God, that sounds horrible.
Dude, we've gone through so we went through half of our deck in the Kasai game and now a third of our deck here, and we still haven't seen Cog in the machine. It's kind of unfortunate.
No, I know. In like 2 games, it's been bizarre.
It's I mean, that's also kind of like, you know, a point to like this deck is just so reliant on Cog in the machine. That's kind of a problem with the deck.
Somebody referred to Cog in the Machine as Blood Rush Bellow, but for Puffin.
Pretty much.
And I was like, it's kind of crazy like how much sense that makes.
Yeah. Okay, so they did take the balance here.
All right. So now we're going to crack balance.
We're going to draw another balance here. Watch. Oh. Okay, this is actually fine. That'll be the card we pitch. The only thing that sucks is we're going to send the Skimmer for... So I think we're going to Arsenal the Cog.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna go Throttle into Skimmer, go again into Soup, just for 4.
Okay. So
that Zipper hit would have been so much better of a draw.
Would have been awesome. Yeah, because we could have went 6-5 4 into 4 like off of that. Yep. Yeah, that would have been very,
or
very
it would
powerful.
Have been, it could have also been 6-5-5 and then Arsenal Soup because they don't have go again next turn. Most likely, I guess. Maybe you don't want to do that because you know, if you draw a Warden, you want to block. You want to get rid of the Cog.
Oh,
so that's probably the correct line is just going 4 into 4.
I mean, if you think that arsenaling this is better, I don't hate that idea because we're
gonna Arsenal the Cog here. I'm saying here it's different.
Sure.
If we had drawn the Zipper hit, it was a different story because the Cog is our pitch card.
Oh, gotcha. So we would consider setting up a 5-card hand with a Soup up here. Makes
Correct.
Sense. Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So this hits. We're going to give go again in the damage step, and then it's going to be Soup up for 4. If they go down to 6 here, which it looks like they are, it's very improbable that they're going to be able to threaten lethal, especially with us having Heart and like a 3 block. So like we're able to block 4, which means they would need to throw 18 at us.
That's fair. We'll see. It also just depends on like what disruptive piece they send. The King Shark, okay.
Okay. So right now this is looking like 13.
That's 13, 16. It's getting close. Oh, it's 19. Oh wait, it's
wow. I see. We are getting
maybe he just draws. Wait, he might just draw 3 reds.
Yo, we are getting juiced.
Okay, he didn't draw 3 reds.
Insane. Had 3 pumps and a 3 of a kind to throw this. Wow, I just had to say something about Biffy. Yeah. Pretty safe spot, Jesus. Wow. Well, I don't really know what to do about that when...
Oh, wait. You know what I just realized? Turn 0, it might honestly have been worth it. We could have cracked our shoes to take the gold. Like, if we lose the 1 block, but then we just completely shut off their engine for that turn.
Oh, because they're not able to draw a card on that turn.
Yeah.
Man.
That might have been correct.
We got absolutely juiced there. That's crazy.
We're showing the true power of Puffin tonight.
Dude, real talk though. It's actually kind of crazy. So glad they mentioned giving Marlon support in the BNR. I mean, I actually think that Marlon getting support's not a bad thing in all honesty. Like, I mean,
I do think that new card's pretty good.
Is this something from
it's a spoiler. You don't know.
I was you don't know.
I'm not saying anything about it. It's a pretty good card, though. That's all I'm going to say.
I've been told that there are some pretty cool cards. I haven't seen any of them. I'm trying not to look at them. I don't want to, but yeah.
You're stronger than I. You're stronger than me.
Yeah, dude. I literally, Taylor and Sam were immediately like, oh my God. And I'm like, shut up. Stop talking to me. Go do this in a different chat somewhere. Oh, man. There are no leaks in Bossing Say. Dude, I love the Avatar reference. Absolutely amazing. Oh. All right, guys. We're going to take like a 2-minute break here. I have to use the bathroom. I drank too much water before we went live. So we're going to take like a 2-minute break here. And when we come back, we will have more Puffin games. Except we're going to win some games. We're going to win some games. I can feel it.
I believe.
Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water. That was not water.
Oh, here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. Yo, only 4 cups? Listen at this man. That is 4 full cups, Cusco. This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy. What? Rookie numbers? Bro, Cusco's out here. Look, this motherfucker's just sitting over there with a pot of sauce going, oh yeah, I'm stirring that shit up, baby. I'm stirring it up. Oh my God, we're going crazy tonight. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to going Super Saiyan right now. So I just need you all to know how, back-to-back Command & Conquer Pummel turns in back-to-back games! And you know what? Just like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not fucking leaving! That's right! This is the kind of content we're looking for right here. The fab tutorials that blow your mind. Blow your mind. The recipe is literally just vodka and Sprite and some Mio. You know, it's the water flavoring things. You know, like the little squirt. You squirt the little water in. You squirt the little juice in the water, and then it's like, oh, no, this is so good. That's what it is. That's the secret sauce. I just crammed them all in my mouth. My God, this hand is dog water. Okay, short break, and we're back. Before we jump into another game here, Emma, I think might have some changes for us. Something that might feel a tad better here. So what are you thinking here?
Well, so in those 2 games, I mean, granted, not seeing Cog in the Machine either game doesn't feel great. Definitely going to put that out there. However, I do think that both Backspin and Skimmer have not really felt great.
Okay.
I do wonder if that's also partially because we haven't seen Cog in the Machines. Like, of course, more reps are needed to really solidify it.
Sure.
However, I do want to try something because I know that there's a few believers of there's quite a few Puffin boost players that really believe in Boom Grenade. So I think we're gonna give that a try. And I think it's also gonna maybe smoothen out the clunky cards that we drawing Backspin and Skimmer when they're not online.
Okay.
So my consideration was just going to be cut 1 Backspin and 1 Skimmer and just put in 2 red Boom Grenades. And then see how kind of that feels. And it's also going to add I think I don't know if you've noticed too. We haven't had a ton of crank in the hands we've drawn.
Yep.
So adding another crank might help. So I think we can just kind of play with these and see how they feel.
Okay, dude, I'm here for this. I love this. Red Boom Grenade is a card that somebody suggested to me the other day. They mentioned that it makes you way more fatigable, but that it is like a really cool card, and like it kind of like enables some like more aggressive lines where you're able to almost have more of like a DOE style feel like to your deck. I think. I mean, we don't ever get the nonsense of playing it off the top or anything like that, but
I mean, Dio gets to play it off the top, but like for us, it's at least it's half of a card draw. So like
that's true.
There's benefits to both. I wasn't a huge believer of it myself, but I mean, I definitely now with the deck being a little leaner, running a little more like more zero cost cards. I think adding it doesn't feel bad. We'll see.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I'm excited to see.
I hope to get proven. I get hope to get proven wrong because if it's good, it's good, right?
Oh man. Ooh, speaking of.
So this is actually an interesting matchup. Because like you can absolutely race Dio. They usually want to go first, right? So you're gonna have tempo off rip, and if you just draw like a gas hand going second, you can definitely just like outrace them. With that said, I still like want to be able to like block out if I need it. So like you'll notice with the sideboard, there's a lot of cogs that are cut. With that said, I think for 60 cards, I think we do just cut one more cog. Or actually, I wonder if it's a boom grenade. Now that we have boom grenades, that kind of changes things. Like, I wonder if I guess we just put them into the deck. We might as well see how they feel.
That's fair.
So maybe we do keep them. In a real game, I probably cut the boom grenades and put two. I'd rather have like the yodels in there, right? As an example, but because they block. But I think it's cool just to test it, just to see how the card feels.
But since we're here, we're gonna try it.
Exactly.
I love it. Are we on balance in this matchup?
Yeah, absolutely. The turns that like the big Dio turns, they draw two cards because usually they play like a spark.
Okay.
And like a cerebellum. So.
Ooh, they're on bracers of belief. Interesting. I noticed a lot of people have been playing this over playing something like, what's the Goliath Gauntlet? So
yeah. So one thing I want to point out is this Dio is running 61 guards. Okay. So they're like that much more prone to fatigue.
Okay.
So like there's a real world where like, especially because we have such a fridge, there's a real world where we just like our plan is just to fatigue them.
Okay.
We'll see how much damage we do this turn, but we'll see.
Are we gonna go Copper Cog and Poly here?
So I think here we go Cog and then Workshop, and then the plan is just to play the Zeppelin and we arsenal whatever we draw.
Okay.
Because this is not only is it going to be presenting an on hit with Zeppelin, but it's also these cogs are going to be there for a super long time.
Sure.
Having that set up is nice, and this is like the perfect arsenal, right?
All right, perfect. And if they don't want to block here, we're also able to just get more aggressive with the gun.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I mean, even in like, maybe in like to like fully degenerate fatigue, we don't crank the cog if this hits, but like, I'm like 90. Oh, you forgot I guess it doesn't matter. It's fine. You can do it on the gun.
It's 1 point here or 1 point on the gun, right?
Yeah. So like, yes, that is correct. But something to keep in mind is, you usually in these instances want the gun to be for 2 because it's just less efficient to block.
Okay.
Right? Because we make this 6 and then gun for 2 rather than this 5 and gun 3. Right? They can just stick a 3 block if they wanted to block.
Okay. Gotcha.
So we usually pump we have 2 cogs. We'll pump this by 1. Give it the do the on hit trigger, and then just send Spitfire for 2. But Dio, I don't think is blocking regardless. So in this matchup, I don't think it matters. But something to just keep in mind and to like see this is exactly see.
Okay.
That's enough. minus one damage.
I was like, so when we lose the game and they're at 1, we know exactly where I cost us a point.
Oh, this Warden is hot.
Yo.
Yeah.
Off the top, so they're gonna crank. So they'll have 2 action points here. So there's no like real on hit effect of Boom Grenade here, so we don't really need to be worried about it. We can just block for efficiency here. Are we just jamming Warden in front of this?
Yeah, I think it's fine. They can't play anything off the top this turn. They've already played the Cerebellum.
All right, so we just get to block for 4 here.
If we draw, so we're gonna. I think next turn, right, we're gonna go Cog Boom Grenade, and if we draw a 2 cost, our hand is insane.
This feels like this is probably no blocks here.
Yeah. They're not presenting insane numbers now. Just haven't drawn either. Oh, that sucks.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So actually, it's fine because they probably don't take. If we had not blocked with Warden, they wouldn't take the Warden, right?
That's fair.
I mean, if they take the blue here, we always have Poly as backup. But we'll see how we play it out.
Yeah, I guess if they take the blue, we're probably just going to Copper Cog.
They
and
didn't
Boom
take the
Grenade.
blue.
Huh.
So I think we just keep the hand then, right? And the Zeppelin might be the attack, depending on what we draw.
Okay. Are we going to use Poly here and try to arsenal the Boom Grenade? Or do we just want to run it out?
I mean, that might not be a bad idea. That's a good question actually. I didn't think about that.
I guess we'll just take 2 here.
Yeah, we definitely take 2 here. I don't hate the idea of arsenaling the Boom Grenade actually. But do they have any pistol counters?
No, they have none.
No, they don't. I'm thinking because Poly is super easy to kill for Dio.
Sure.
So I just want to make sure the turn we use Poly is like impactful.
Okay.
We also can just Puffin. I think we just Puffin Cog in Arsenal.
I'm so used to not having gold that like.
And we play the Cog from Arsenal, and then worst case, the Zeppelins are attack. So yeah, we just send this. This is still a 2 for 6 on the Zeppelin, right? Because of the Cogs.
Yep. And then I guess at minimum next turn we have Puffin and Boom Grenade from Arsenal to be able to set up with like a pretty powerful hand here.
Exactly.
So we're gonna go and do this twice.
We have 2 Copper Cogs now with a counter. So like we don't even need to like next turn might be the Poly turn because we don't need the Cog from Puffin, if that makes sense.
Yep. And then now we get to come in for 2 this time. So they're not allowed to efficiently block. I feel like every time I play this deck, I'm learning new lessons about how to like play with this deck. And so it's been very good for me. Like I feel like I've been learning a lot. Ooh, interesting.
Are they getting the Harpoon? Am I get back the Harpoon here?
Probably. That's what I would get back if I were them. I guess it just depends on what their hand looks like. They get 0 to 60.
That's fair too.
Interesting.
This is a hand.
This is a hand of all time.
I mean, this hand definitely like the Boom Grenade on hit will definitely be live with this hand. I definitely think we definitely block with one of the Zeppelins. I honestly wouldn't surprise me if we end up blocking with both.
So the fact that they didn't get back the Harpoon kind of makes me think they have another one here. Is there any thought to like saying no blocks here and then blocking with this later?
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I most likely like because I've played Dio, they most likely just needed like the 0 cost boost just fit the curve.
Wow.
Oh, sending the second is interesting. So I think just show them the 2 Zeppelins. I don't think we show them the Palantir.
And then we can just block with one of them.
Yeah, they might have a heist. Like I'm trying to think of why they led with they went second with this.
Okay.
But if they have a heist, it's fine. We block with the other Zeppelin, and we still have our entire fridge.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we can block with the Zeppelin and like Heart or something like on the heist here.
Well, we could actually block with Zeppelin and the rings.
Okay.
And then we go Poly Boom Grenade. Is that just their turn? Oh, that might be okay. It's kind of. I still think we draw here because if we draw a 0 cost boost, this hand goes kind of wild.
So we're gonna go Puffin and we're gonna use the Boom Grenade here to be able to draw, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. I was thinking if you don't need to Puffin, but yeah, I think you Puffin for sure.
Okay. I mean, we could use the Poly here.
Well, no, if we want to play the Palantir, we need the Cog.
Oh, sure.
Huh.
Okay, so
are you a gambling man?
Dude, I'm all about gambling. Let's
so if you're a gambling man, you can lead with the Zeppelin. I don't know if you're that much of a gambler.
I'm here for it, dude. Are we pitching the other Zeppelin?
Yeah. I think we pitch the other Zeppelin.
Let's do it. I love it. James asked, have you tested out Turn the Screws?
Okay, I think we were paid off. Yeah. This is perfect. So don't tap any cogs here because we need all the cogs for Palantir, right? So don't give it plus anything.
So Boom Grenade puts them to 13.
Yep. And then we tap to make a new one. We crank it, and then we send an online Palantir.
Yo,
I'm assuming they're gonna give us. I'm assuming they're gonna give us Crown, but I mean, we still just blow up Crown.
I was like, anything to push damage, like, is perfectly fine here.
So this is what I was saying. Like, there's times where you just can race Dio. It's like, even though they presented 60, we could have probably just fatigued them, but we're finally drawing good hands, and we can just punish them for trying to set up and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely, I love it.
I also think they kind of were. It was unfortunate for them going first. They didn't see any setup going first.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that also probably plays a part in that.
All right, so we just get to push 9 points of damage here, blow up the Crown, and then they fall down to 4.
Yep. And if we draw a Warden here, it's like super GG. Okay, this is also just GG. We don't block. This hand just kills him.
Like, I'm happy to block with something, right?
Sure. I mean, yeah, but we're not blocking from hand. I don't think we're blocking from hand here.
Oh,
we can
sure.
We could maybe give the zipper hit here.
Okay.
If we wanted, but we definitely block with equipment for sure. Like, I'm happy to block 4 Foundry Heart. Yep, absolutely. We could even like Tinker Rings here. Doesn't feel bad either because we can absolutely use the 3rd cog on the Zeppelin, right?
Okay.
We might be able to draw up a balance.
I was like, we might be able to balance them here.
Yep.
Colin says, "Ooh, it's Emma." Yo, shade for no reason. Colin, everybody loves Emma, dude.
Colin just hates me because he loses to my Dio all the time.
Uh-oh, that's scary. I mean, I guess that's the same as them playing a yellow 0 to 60.
Exactly. We're at 28. If they can somehow do that much to us, then cool.
I mean, I assume we're just going to block 4 here, right?
Yeah. I'm cool with blocking 4.
Just seems like a good play here.
Yep. I don't think they've drawn yet off of Cerebellum, have they? They haven't.
No. We will not crank this. There's no reason to crank this. Yo, Emma smells. Dude, you're getting all the hate tonight in chat, bro.
Said that. Let me see.
Colin said, I will neither confirm nor deny the above statement.
No, that wasn't a high roll. That was just Dio being Dio. Okay, so he's likely sending a max V this turn. So we're taking. So if we take the rest of this, we take 11. We go to 17. Max V is another 10. We go to 7. I mean, we're still alive.
If Bracers hits, we go to 5, and then Bracers Gun puts us to 3.
Yeah, we can block with the zipper hit if it gets to that point.
Sure,
but we're looking okay right now.
Jack, we are doing our best to win right now. We are doing our best to win a game. I mean, because if you're not using Bracers of Belief here, then like, what are you using it for?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow. So this is even better for us because we were looking at like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Because this is just going to be
just
like
another 0. Yeah.
So
we don't get balance draw. Well, I mean, I'm sure he's going to draw to Arsenal. I'm assuming at worst. But yeah, no max V is. Yeah, he's this guy's so dead.
No, I was like, yeah, dude, roll him over. He's cooked. Like,
all right, now we crack our balance.
Oh my god.
We draw 0 to 60. Watch. I'm telegraphing it. 0 to 60.
Paid actor. Oh my god, you can't make this shit up, dude. You cannot make this shit up. Draws a 0 to 60. I'm telling you, I promise you.
I play this deck too much. It's a problem. I just know. I'm one with the deck.
Oh my gosh, dude. Absolutely amazing. That is definitely making its way to TikTok. 110%. That is too good not to. All right, so we fall down to 9. This poor person.
Yeah, they don't know. Yeah, they could be at like 20 this turn and they're exploding.
They have no idea. We don't really care about keeping in the deck.
We never. So. Yeah, so into aggro, you never bottom because you just like pray that you're like, oh wait, we actually just send the throttle now. By the way. Like so pitching the zipper.
We just get to go 6, 4, and then into this, right?
8. Yeah, 6, 4, 8. If we're being like optimal, like we're not killing him this turn, we probably just do the normal line and we arsenal the throttle. But because we're pushing for kill, I think we just send it always.
Well, I was like, if there's like an item in hand, this game's just like so over. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's anything that could save them.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is.
Who needs to look at the top of the deck when you already know what it is?
So I just have Dio in my head, you know.
Oh, I will say in Kansas City, and you'll get a kick out of this, there was a judge call at one point because the opponent was like, oh, they looked at the top of their deck like while we were trying to decide how to do something, and the guy stops and he goes, I'm playing Dio, bro. Like,
actually?
Yeah, I swear. Like, happened like right to my right, and I was like, dog.
No way.
So we just get to do, we just get to do.
He just dies here. Yeah, well, he just dies to this, but yeah. I'm glad we drew cards that functioned together this game.
Best Puffin deck in the world. You'll love to see it.
I will say, Boom Grenade didn't feel bad. I'm kind of eating my words about Boom Grenade. Like, that actually felt pretty decent. I think it's only into aggro. I don't think you burn Boom Grenade into like slow decks.
I was like, maybe we like sideboard it differently depending on like what we're playing against. It could be like
100%.
Yeah, because I mean, like if that's a card that opens us up to getting fatigued into like Jarl or like Florian, things like that.
I mean, even Verdants, like they just see all their D reacts when it matters, and like they can just fatigue you.
Somebody said, "Please play Boom Grenade into my Jarl."
Yeah.
Oh, literally me selling out of Mechanologist just to spite Emma.
I'm telling you, Colin just hates, bro.
Dude, I love it so much. It's normally just me getting like all the hate, so I'm here for it.
All my locals are showing up just to hate.
Dude, you know what? But they're here, right? They're here.
That's true. Okay,
Ooh.
So this is a tough one. This is a toughie.
First or second?
I think in a Florian we want to go first, just to try to get any setup we can.
Okay.
Their crackback like at worst is CNC, so I don't mind giving them tempo.
Oh yeah, it's dead. Is this just like degen fatigue?
Yeah, I think there might be a button that says poo poo head. Yeah, poo poo head.
Yo, pause.
Because I actually wonder, because this is we're gonna we're boarding the entire deck into this guy.
All right.
I do wonder because well, see, this is the thing. Do we board the boomies? I don't know if we board the boomies.
This is probably a no Boom Grenade matchup, right?
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to think. I mean, it could like, my only thing is like it could make it awkward for him to block.
Okay.
So maybe let's just, we're testing the card. Let's just
do it.
Fuck it.
69 cards. I love it. Do we want to be on Crown of Providence this matchup?
That was the other thing I was thinking. I wonder if we run Cop. They only run 3 copies of CNC. Granted, it is still 3 copies of CNC.
Sure.
So yeah, sure. Oh, okay. Okay, they left.
I said I think.
I actually don't hate running Crown of Providence in the Florian. Because it's probably gonna be a long game. I don't think the 1 gold off of Crown will make too much of a difference.
Okay.
All right, new Slippy. Well, actually, no, they probably still are running bonds. We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, if they're in open CC, they're probably looking to like get some new reps in as well. This is
definitely Crown of Providence.
Okay,
definitely Crown of Providence. Yeah.
So
here we're gonna board the Yoddles, and we're just gonna run 64 into them.
All right, I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Boom Grenade seems like it could be pretty solid here.
Yeah, I agree.
Is there any consideration to playing the workshop here, pitching the Zeppelin?
Yep. So we're going first.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. We pitch. We do it. We don't crank it, and then we just pass. So now we have this golden cog will be around for 3 turns. Well, I guess 2 turns after, because this turn doesn't count really.
What are we looking to arsenal here?
0 to 60 always.
Okay.
Yeah, that card like turns on the deck.
Okay.
It's so good. Like that in Fast and Furious. I mean, even like
Yo, this is pretty lame.
Yeah, it is. I don't think we can ever block more than 3. I'm totally fine to give the Yoddle. This hand is a really strong hand without the Yoddle.
Okay.
But if they take the cog, it sucks. They took our setup. but we still have a cog in the machine.
Okay.
But this is kind of what I was saying. Like Slippy without bonds, it's just like they just sent 6 damage, right?
Listen, they're playing Syndra. This is what Syndra does.
True. I mean, they took our cog that was gonna live for 3 turns, but like, you know, we can still play the game without it.
Now they have a golden cog, so when they infiltrate us next turn,
that's actually wait, that'd be heat.
That would be hilarious.
Maybe that's the long con.
They're just like Sky Skimmer, or they think they throw Zeppelin at us. Is there any consideration to putting this back in the deck right now?
So we've done a lot of testing with this card, and usually decks that could like in theory fatigue, like Slippy is a deck that wants to race but could also potentially fatigue us.
Mm-hmm.
We usually say like you only really need 1 cog in the machine.
Okay.
Like to cycle through. So I wouldn't, because like the upside with Zeppelin is just way too high.
Fair enough.
But like down the line when we see like our second one and like maybe it's not the best where you don't use all the cogs, we definitely do it. Maybe the third one is on, but like I think we definitely want to cycle 1. But I think in this instance it's too good to that sucks. We lost one of our babies.
Yeah, it was like it'd have been, man, imagine if we were DOing right now.
Right? Whew. But yeah, like the Zeppelin on hit with cog in the machine is just so powerful.
All right, and so now we get to throw this, and we get to gun after this no matter what, which is really nice.
Exactly. Yep. So like if they like overblock the hell out of this, we just pass. That's like sending this with an action point is like so strong.
Interesting that they're on Mask.
Oh, they're taking away their hero power. When this resolves, they're not going to have Slippy power.
I'm very intrigued by this decision from them.
That's interesting.
So do we activate this once?
Yeah, I would activate it once. Because I mean, if they have a D-react, whatever. They blocked 7. They blocked 9 on my 7. Oh, that's what they're doing. Okay, so now we don't tap it.
Yo.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now we just pass.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, sure. We definitely. Oh.
Immediately. Immediately.
Oh man. Maybe they forgot that we just passed. That's crazy though. That means their next turn is going to be not fantastic because they're not going to have go again, and they're not going to have any of the offensive powers either off of like a different one.
I feel like using Mask of Deceit to deny us, like to get a trap out of the deck, is just so bad.
I mean, he's looking like he might. Oh no, he still did stop. Yeah. Slip to the crack or whatever. Trapdoor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hey Jack, thanks for letting me know that, man. I will let I'll change the Nightbot command to be more accurate after this. Thank you for letting me know, buddy. I appreciate it.
So yeah, maybe they realize now they have to play the D-react now. Sure, nice inertia trap.
I was like, dude, deal.
You got it.
All right, so we're not affected by this in any capacity, and now we just come in for 3.
They could in theory play another inertia trap here, which would suck. Like if they play from hand.
That would be pretty bad.
I mean, whatever. You can't play around it.
So they just.
This is interesting. It's like what are they doing with 4 cards when they don't have go again? This warden we're about to draw.
Oh my god, dude! Are you cheating? What is happening? This is the second time you've called this nonsense tonight, dude. What is going on?
What does this one do? Makes an inertia? Okay. That's actually kind of annoying here. Because okay. So with this hand, what would you think you're gonna do on offense? Because we're gonna block with the warden. Like, what do you think? How do you think you convert the hand offensively?
So my first thought is that like we just block with the warden, and then we would lead on cog in the machine, and then from there we can kind of like move forward, and just see like what we draw into, because we have zipper hit and we have the copper cog is like kind of just there. But
so this is one of the hands where, especially because we're blocking with warden, I don't hate like this hand. That's why I'm saying Sedate's kind of annoying here, because I'm actually looking to arsenal this cog in the machine.
Okay.
Because this hand doesn't play well with it, right? There's no cog payoff cards. Like we would have to draw into one, which of course could happen, but like now we're banking on drawing into one. So I kind of don't hate the idea of like blocking with Warden and then we go cog and poly maybe, and see what happens. But the issue is if this Sit 8 hits, we can't do that.
Okay.
He doesn't have go again on this, so like I don't hate like the issue is like blocking 6 might not even be enough. So like I don't really know how to play around a Slippy with no go again and 3 cards.
So what if we were just to play block with heart here, and just
we could block 6.
Force them to have 2 reacts here. Now they probably do, considering how they've played this turnout. That or they're sitting over there going, "God, stupid," after they realize what they've done.
You're right. Maybe they don't realize they don't have go again when they do that. Yeah, we'll see. Because like, ideally, I would want to arsenal this cog in the machine.
Sure. Ooh.
Oh, they have go again. That's how they
so
get the
they
go again.
do have go again. Okay, so staying to the red back gives go again here.
And like a leave no here doesn't feel awful either because this cog in the machine isn't doing much next turn.
Sure.
Right. I think worst case they send like a what's the one that not that the Mark of the Black Widow, that one.
Mm-hmm. That would be bad. So are we just blocking with unicycle here?
Yeah, I think we never block. We never overblock this. We just always force them to have it.
I mean,
it sucks because they might take our cog in the machine, but
sure,
it is what it is. Very nice.
Okay.
This is. I mean, you can absolutely, if you think cog in the machine is the better play, by all means. But like, this is definitely a turn where I think we arsenal it because we can go cog. We can even go Puffin instead of poly, because we have 2 gold. In worst case, it'll be pistol for 3. And we can go zipper hit, and we like ideally draw a 2 cost off the top, right? And then the cog in the machine goes into the arsenal, and like next turn could be insane because we have the additional cog.
So this is fine, right? We just get to go.
So actually, we could. Okay, we're getting a little spicy here, but we could crack a gold. That's always an option now because we drew a 0 cost boost. Might be getting a little spicy. This is just like the things I think about when I draw. Like that was like the first thing I thought about when I draw. I don't think it's correct. The more I think about it, I don't think it's correct.
Okay.
Because we can just go 4. We can go 4/4 gun. Yeah, for sure. If there's like a 0 cost that was on top, okay, Yaddle wouldn't have been amazing as a draw. I don't think. No.
I mean, I guess Yaddle technically like lets us push 1 more point of damage here because
we would have drawn. We would have pitched the blue.
We would have had to have heart. So we go 0 to 6. We have 1 floating, and then we get to go. Well, no, I guess we don't have to heart. We just pitch the zipper hit to Yaddle.
Yeah, it's not. It was definitely not worth it. Yeah, I think it definitely was correct to not. And actually, I think here we play the blue throttle just to keep the yellow zipper hit in deck.
I was actually about to ask you if there was any consideration to having a 1 cost go again attack for later in the game if we get back there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we always send the blue throttle here.
Yo, Spencer, what's up, dude? How are you, buddy?
So, like, this is a good example of, like, if we had played the cog in the machine, our turn wouldn't have been amazing, right? It was just, like, we just have an extra action point with 2 cogs, but, like, it's so much better to arsenal it, and, like, we still haven't seen a single Dovetail or Palantir.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we see 1 of those next turn, and this card is insane, right?
Yeah,
because we're gonna have at a minimum 3 cogs, because we're gonna have the copper cog that's still around.
So basically all this would have saved us from like boosting 1 time, which would not have been the ideal use of this card. And because we have Crown of Providence, we're actually just like insulated from anything that comes at us here.
Exactly. Like sometimes it does like because we have Crown, like this is probably even still good enough just because we have Blue Zeppelin.
Yeah, because we can pitch the copper cog here.
Exactly. I think we always lead with pitching with copper cog. Yeah, I'm already marked.
Sure. Yeah, deal.
You got it.
You deal.
Handshake, yeah, handshake.
You win this one, pal.
I do wonder, because we drew the backspin, if we tap the bottom on this one. I think that might be correct.
I actually think we're supposed to, because the cog of the machine lines up so well for us.
Yeah, I think 100. Oh, I don't actually hate just blocking 4.
I was about to ask you if there's any world we jam Zeppelin and
we just do the Zeppelin. Yeah, I think I actually don't hate it.
Man, if we get blown out by Shred here, it's gonna feel so bad.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's undo this really fast. Let's think about what our turn is like without the cog in the machine.
Okay.
because we can always play Cog and Poly or Cog and Puffin, and we also have Puff and Poly. We have so many options here.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is without the Cog in the machine, this backspin won't have go again. It's just 0 for 4.
Sure. So it's
so
nothing to write
maybe
about.
So the issue, so maybe it's actually just correct to just keep it alive, like to block 4 and send the Cog in the machine.
To block 4 like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're likely just gonna arsenal whatever we draw.
Okay.
Unless we draw, I mean, it could be the throttle that we arsenal depending on what we draw, right? It could be we draw like a Palantir or even a Dovetail, and that's just better value than the throttle.
Right. So
there is also before you play Cog in the machine, there's also a consideration to boosting first. So we play throttle, boosting, and then we Foundry Heart, and then we play Cog in the machine, because then it gives us the opportunity to play at 1 cost. That's a bit niche. I don't know if I know that like there's been instances where like that would have paid off if I did it. But that might be. I think here it's not the best because we could draw just a better 2 cost than throttle. So I think we just rip it.
Rip the Cog in the machine, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, am I lagging? Oh, I am. We've hit the lag spike. I cannot explain this. I am convinced it's Talishar. Like not throwing shade at Talishar, but like, can you hear me? Okay, right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So like, nothing else is lagging. The stream's not lagging from what I can see. Like, but like, I hit this like random stretch where like it just takes like a half hour to like refresh the page.
That definitely happens to me every so often playing Talishar.
So it's just so bizarre. Colin said, "What is this man's deck? It's killing me."
Talking what? I'm talking about our deck?
No, I think he's talking about the Slippy deck and like what this Slippy's up to.
Yeah.
I was like, I know Colin plays a lot of Assassin, so
we definitely tap the bottom here.
Yep.
We have the backspin. We draw a Palantir every time. Or a Dovetail. Take a Dovetail. I think we always send Dovetail. It's just more value than throttle.
Okay. So
I would lead with back. I think we lead with backspin.
Okay, so because we get to untap.
Exactly. So we untap that one, and now sending Dovetail with 2 action points is even more disgusting than Zeppelin, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
it's just a 1 for 8.
Yeah, exclamation point deck will get you the deck list. Here, I'll do it for you, Spencer. It was working earlier. Somebody did it. Should pop up now. Okay. Nightbot's working. There it is. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's see. They said no blocks.
No.
We're going to say no reactions. We're going to give it go again because we want to be able to keep our second action point for the Dovetail to really force them to think.
We also could have given this +1. It's the same. It comes out to the same damage, right? Because it's gonna be either +1 on this or +1 on that. But this just makes it even harder for them to block it.
So I was like, I guess it's technically better to save the other pump for the Dovetail because it makes it 8.
This on hit matters, right? Because like if we do +1 and then this is now we have to now give this go again to send gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a real chance that they pass here, and then they play a 0 for 4 D-React, and then we just because we're making it 8. They can't block it. That's like the power of sending this with an action point behind. Interesting. Okay. Yep. See, so we just make it 8.
I was like, this is interesting. I
was gonna say that if they only blocked 5, I probably only pumped
just
twice.
Just go again, right?
Well, no, we pumped twice. Remember, we don't need go again on this.
Oh, right? That's right. We could have made it 7.
We make it 7. Exactly. We make it 7, and if they have the D-React, then they have it. But if they don't, they're still taking 2 and then taking the gun. But like we're hedging for both because we can. If they have the D-React, we're still sending gun for 2.
Nope, that makes a lot of sense. So we untap everything, and now the gun is for 3.
Exactly. Yep. Man, imagine if we had like a zipper hit here instead of a throttle.
Oh my gosh. Just throwing 5 additional damage would be insane.
Yep. Oh, sure. It's pretty good. So this hand, I probably don't block because we can go throttle into Palantir.
Okay. I mean, I think we're especially not blocking a pickup.
Yeah, we're definitely not blocking that for sure. Yeah. If we wanted to play it safe, we could give the yellow Zeppelin, but the issue is now this is also, I don't think we block this.
I was like, yeah, this is just a 0 for 4. This is just scar for scar. And I guess technically we're marked, but
it doesn't matter. If we have to block, then we'll block when the on hit matters. Oh, okay, sure.
All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna go throttle into Palantir, and we have the unicycle.
Yeah, so we just get to play cog on the machine.
You're also gonna have instances like this where you have the gold from Puffin and the unicycle up, where like you can do one or the other to turn on the three cog cost of something.
Mm-hmm.
I always lean. Okay, that's fair. I always lean on using the unicycle because the crank is just that powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not just wasting a crank for a cog. That's right. We want to use the crank for like half of a card draw.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. So our opponent conceded. We were going to draw into a soup up,
so dead,
which was actually insane because that allowed us to go throttle. We actually didn't have to boost the throttle, and then it would have been soup up for 4 go again into Palantir, which means we were getting something over here and just pushing in the same amount of damage. And I think they were like at what, 14 or 12?
They were
or
at,
something?
I think it was 12 or I don't remember, 16 maybe actually.
We were in a pretty good position where we were at right there.
There's a consideration to actually boosting the throttle.
Mm-hmm.
Like yes, you usually aren't going to need that extra action point. The only thing is like there could be an instance where like you send Palantir, and let's say they just give you their battle worn that's already blocked. So like destroying it doesn't give you any defensive value or offensive value, I should say. I think so this one's kind of tough. In testing, I always lean on going first, but I think going second is actually correct.
Okay, let's try it then. I'm here for it.
So I kind of want to try to see how it feels. But kind of going back before I forget the point, if they block, let's say they just drop 12 in front of the Palantir, then you're not going to get any value from destroying a card. So if that's the case, then you just don't pump on Palantir, and then you just still have the action point to send gun for 3. So, especially because in that game there was no concern of getting fatigued, I think I probably would have done it just to be like safe.
Okay, so it just opens us up to have better options.
Exactly.
Nope, that makes sense.
Okay, so the sideboard for Gravy definitely, I'm sure, has changed a tad. We do run usually a little bit over 60, because like if they get like 2 Sawbones out early, it can get grindy. So you want to have a few extra cards.
Okay.
It might not be necessary. The more that I've like played the matchup, they don't tend to really block much. But I think for now, because this is just how we have it set up, I think we just kind of rip it this way.
Play 64.
Yeah. The only consideration here is if you wanted to play the yellow Zeppelin over the yellow throttle. Into Gravy, the Zeppelin's likely going to hit. So, like, if they're not blocking, so like, there's that. But Yodel is just like it's going to be go again regardless. So I probably would lean to just keep the Zeppelin, but that's just something to keep in mind.
No, for sure. Let's do it. I'm definitely down to keep it set up how you have it boarded to see how it feels.
Yeah, and then this is definitely a balanced matchup for sure. I mean, maybe now without the Tipples.
Ooh, I wonder if it is now. Are we still? I mean, they have a ton of golds, right? So like.
I think they still draw enough. Like they have their port side exchanges, they have Gravy activation, they still have the 3 blue Tipples. They have, I don't know if I already said that port side. They have, what else do they have? I don't know. They have plenty of card draw. I don't think.
Golden Tipple gone but never forgotten.
Nice little turn chum.
And they put a chum in play.
Love that for us.
Are we blocking this with a workshop, or are we just taking 1 here?
I don't think we block this.
Okay.
Actually, don't. This hand is like I think this might be like a turn 0 poly, depending on. We'll see because they might make us block the chum.
Okay. Some biddies.
Two chums is pretty good.
2 chums. Hey, let's go. Rose with a $2 super chat, and she said it's still a balance matchup. Okay. Rose plays a lot of gravy. We actually played a game where she played no swells and no tipples in the shark.
Interesting. They're on loan sharks.
I think this is going to be the necessary evil of playing this deck moving forward.
You might be right. Oh, they saw all 3 chums.
Oh wow!
Holy crap!
All 3. I can't type chums.
Oh, he didn't attack us. Interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, so now we have to decide if this is a poly. I think it's probably a poly turn.
Okay. So are you thinking play the workshop in poly? Or...
Yeah, I think we always play the workshop here.
Okay, so we lead on the
I
workshop.
think if it works for the curve, I think you always play the workshop over the cog.
Okay.
But that's only if it fits the curve, right?
No, that makes sense.
Like, because here, worst case, we're gonna Foundry Heart to send the zipper, or sorry, to send like a 2-cost, right? So perfect example, right? We can go zipper, Foundry Heart, Zeppelin, and if the Zeppelin hits, then we can then shoot gun. Right, we can backspin into gun.
I'm surprised they're not activating.
Well, they saw 3 allies turn 0, so they might just not have.
It's very possible that they don't have any. Yeah.
So I think we ignore chum until they force us to attack him. At least with this hand, we might draw a hand where like we block with 2 cards and just like send 6 at chum.
Okay. All right. So just
the
getting
fact
aggressive.
They still haven't activated. Yeah.
I was like, at this point, if they.
And then if they activate chum after the zipper hit, we can send the Zeppelin at chum, and we have the cog to pump it.
Right. I was like, the floor of our turn is just like heart, and then we just throw this at
Exactly. We could do that if we wanted and arsenal the backspin.
Do you think that's better than getting aggressive? Ooh, blood.
I don't know. Well, let's see. If he discards an ally from hand, then he's not activating chum. Okay, so he doesn't. So he doesn't have an ally in hand.
Okay.
So I think he blocked. He already blocked on this. Like, if he wants to keep his whole hand just to send 4, I mean that's fine, because then we just definitely kill chum next turn. I just because we have the backspin, I kind of want to send the Zeppelin at face.
Okay, I'm here for it.
But like, that might be an issue with backspin, is that it might force us to or it might incentivize us to play maybe incorrectly. I don't know. Right? We'll see. We'll see if it punishes us. Right?
Okay.
I'm kind of just I want to test the card as much as possible. So it might be an incorrect line, but I want to see how it feels.
So we're just going to no blocks here.
So now that it hit, well, let's see if it hits. Let's pass. Let's see if it hits first.
I was like, we're not going to do anything because we need.
So now that it hit, now we could potentially send the backspin and gun into chum.
Okay.
But then now we're sending 7 at chum. So I don't know. Nah, I think we just go at face. Fuck it.
All right, so we're just gonna go 4 upstairs.
Yeah. Yep. And now we can go, and so this is cool now because we end with pistol for 3 instead of 2.
I love this. Yeah, so this lines up really well, actually. It fits really well here. I will say it's felt a lot cleaner having this as a 2 of than a 3 of.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so here we get to go again. And then it's going to be gun upstairs for 3. I'm curious to know what 3 cards they've kept here, because they've given us quite the life lead at this point. I wonder if they're planning on killing the poly.
Yeah, interesting. So I was thinking they might be playing just their second chum. They did have an ally. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So I think he's gonna play Anka and then attack with Anka. Or sorry, attack with chum. Well, actually they have death threat, so they definitely attack with Anka. So I wonder if this is a cleanup. I wonder if we just clean up allies this turn. We can go. So I think we definitely block with a warden for sure.
Okay.
We're gonna have to block this out because they'll steal a gold from us. So we have to block.
Well, we don't.
We have to give unit.
Oh yeah.
We can give unicycle, or we can just block 5 with warden, galvanizing one of the gold.
Well, we probably want to keep the golds, I would think, right?
Yeah.
And we can try to utilize them.
For sure. That's what I would have done. I'm just presenting options.
Oh, sure. No, that makes sense. So we cover it up like this. We have 2 golds in play. We deny them the hook activation.
Okay, so how do you so my thought here is to like clear allies personally with this hand. But you tell me what you think.
So I guess I'm not seeing how well. I guess if we go yellow zipper hit at the Anka, and then we go red zipper hit at the Chum, and then we could activate Puffin to throw the gun at the Chum to clear it.
Yeah. So that's if we're fully clearing the whole board, that's how I would do it.
Okay.
Sitting here thinking, I actually wonder if we don't clear the. It's just like it's getting a little iffy not clearing the Chum.
Sure.
Because he has a second one in grave already. And we have such a life lead. This is kind of interesting. I definitely think regardless we lead with Zipper at Anka. And we can kind of go because Anka also can be annoying.
Yeah, I was like, it denies us our hero power basically. A lot of the games.
And then now we can decide: do we want to go 5 into 2 at Chum, or do we just go 5 at face and then pass?
I think let's just go ahead and clear the board.
Sure. And also the other option here, the other part of the logic too is with hook activation. We in this matchup, it actually doesn't feel amazing having gold because we sometimes just don't want to block the gold activation, right? The hook activation, I should say. So, there's like that bit of upside. Granted, if we use one of our gold, then they're going to take our only gold, so we probably have to block it next turn.
Okay. Well, if we draw into another Warden here, that would be ideal. Now, honestly, drawing 3 in, 4 turns would be pretty crazy, but would still be nice because it would let us, do some shenanigans here. Plus, we have a lot of our fridge, too, if we decided we wanted to, try and save it that way.
I usually save fridge for, a conqueror.
You... down very far away.
Okay, do I sound better?
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know
what's
what's happening.
There's a little knob thing that I hit by accident.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can block 4 at least with our soup.
That's true. Yep. And it's a blue one, so it doesn't feel as bad to block with.
Yeah. So this is we were kind of punished for killing the Chum last turn because
we drew into the throttle.
we drew into the throttle, yeah. Okay, this is just 3.
Yep, so we get to just take 3 here. Not really a reason to block. I feel like we should try and save the soup up for a relevant on-hit effect here.
Oh,
maybe
100%.
The sawbones, sawbones and chest. Or if we get to block the Chum with the soup up, that would be pretty good.
100%. I could see them going Conqueror into Sawbones here.
Okay.
They have a lot of cards, so I don't know what they're planning on doing with all of them. Because we know they don't have a bunch of Tipples anymore.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And the swell missed, so the ceiling of this turn has been cut down quite a bit.
100%, yeah.
I'm very curious to see how Loan Shark plays out.
I mean, if they can consistently draw, then they'll never have the downside of Loan Shark, right?
That's fair.
Not draw. Sorry, make gold. So we'll see.
Traded or stolen a gold this turn.
Sure.
All right. So this does not give go again. This is the one that we discard a card, I believe.
Yeah, we discard a card. Yeah. For this matchup, Sawbones is usually a kill on sight ally.
Okay.
It can give them a ton of value. So I think this is a turn where if they so they're just playing the Chum. So we just block 4 with soup, and I don't hate just sending 6 at Chum with the throttle. I think I would boost it just in case they have the Fearless, because then we can pistol afterward, and then we just arsenal the cog.
So we're not going to draw an extra card here by putting the cog into play and activating.
Well, actually, wait. Oh, let's just do that. Yeah.
I just figured getting it off the board.
My mind was fully on just clearing the Chum, but I think we 100% we just send it.
Since they didn't put the Anka in play, it feels pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's solid.
So I think we lead with throttle. I think let's lead with throttle at Chum, because then it gives us the most flexibility on if they have the.
We should
the confrontation.
Up the copper cog, right? Instead of putting.
See, there you go. Because now we can go. If they don't activate chum, we go 0 at face and then pistol at chum.
Yep.
I think either one is fine here. We haven't seen a cog in the machine. So I don't hate stacking it up on both on the copper cog, but I also don't hate just having 2 cogs for another turn.
Okay, let's try that.
That's probably what I would do. Is I would just put it on the golden, but we'll see.
All right, so
we'll see how it plays out. So now we
chum.
go 0 at face.
Yeah.
Oh, there's our last ward.
Sag.
No. Why didn't we just pistol chum?
All right, and then we just get to finish this off. I will.
So now we know they're out of chums. By the way, unless they shuffle the deck, they're out of chums. Because they pitched one, right? We've killed 2 and they've pitched 1.
Yeah. Yeah, they pitched one to put one in play, like on turn 0 or whatever.
Yep. What's funny too is inadvertently not arsenaling is like just keeping us safe from conk.
Yeah.
Which is nice. By the way, this hand is nuts.
I was like, this hand feels very, very powerful.
We got absolutely like keeping the cog, absolutely rewarded.
Right. For sure. So, do you use gun a lot to like clear some of the smaller ones?
It depends. Well, we're definitely gonna clear the sawbones.
Right.
Rigor mortis, I don't really care about, if I'm being honest. Oyston, I don't care either. Okay, so what we have to block. We either take 6 or we discard a card.
So, is there any consideration to just giving up the equipment suite here to keep our hand?
That's kind of what I was thinking. The extra cog. What's nice too is this extra cog. It's not like we're losing value on this cog either. Like we get full value. We're gonna get value on this cog because of the dovetail.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
And then we can just end our turn with the gun at the sawbones here, just to make sure we get it off the board. So
exactly. So we do have to be a tad careful with how we play this, like the dovetail, because we have to make sure we send the gun for 3 if they haven't activated sawbones.
Right. So like I guess like we're gonna end on the dovetail here, and
for sure. I just mean like if they haven't blocked at all and they haven't activated sawbones, we have to play it a little careful.
Okay.
To like not get blown out with them somehow it not hitting. Okay, so we're fine. They activated it immediately, so we're fine.
Okay.
So now we can just kind of play the turn as if we're normal because we can send gun for 2.
So we basically get 2 activations for free.
Right.
Off
exactly.
of the dovetail. Yep.
Exactly. I mean, worst case, if we somehow do get blown out, we can always unicycle, right?
Oh,
to kill it.
I guess we'd rather save that for other things, but it's there if we need to reach for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Sawbones is definitely must kill. So I would do it. And this all kind of stems back to like we haven't seen a cog in the machines. Like we should hopefully see one soon. So like we shouldn't be like dry on cogs.
We should hopefully see one soon. Should be like the title of the first 2 games we played, I feel like.
Yeah. Really. Yeah, it felt pretty bad.
Is he playing with banned cards? I actually don't think I think they're only on blue tipples. We haven't seen other ones. And at the beginning of the matchup, Spencer, they made the comment that they were intrigued to see how this played out. With there only being without having all the tipples in the deck. So I think they're on like the
Okay, so how do you think we play with this dovetail?
So my first thought here is that they block this way specifically so that they can play around us going buff go again to deny the on hit from the blood in the water. So I'm thinking we give it +1 here and then just pass.
Yep, that's exactly what I would do.
God, being able to give a go again in the damage step is so broken. God,
yeah. Yep, there you go.
I've missed Aurora so much. If only we got to play Channel Lightning Valley. Oh wait, it's on our hero. It doesn't matter.
They discarded the top card of their deck, and it was a Conquer.
Oh man, get that out of here! You love to see it. All right, so we're gonna name go again here. Normally, I should wait until the damage step, just for everybody watching at home. It is technically better to play it out that way. And then we're gonna get the Sawbones off the table.
Okay, this is a hand of cards that doesn't do much.
I was like,
Well, maybe we get the balance draw here, and it'll fix the hand.
if we can balance here, like into, I'm trying to think of like what we would want to rip into.
I think
like,
ideally we would just want to send the bludger because it's a very relevant on hit.
Is there any world where drawing blue copper cog just like sets this hand up into oblivion? Because we can go 4, 4, 5, or I'm sorry, 4 into gun.
4, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they haven't drawn a second card, but like, yeah, copper cog does go kind of insane here. I wonder if we actually block this turn. His hand is not amazing. They're out of tipples, by the way, so
right.
Keep that in mind. I think they're going to struggle to convert 5 cards.
What if we block 6 and plan on throwing the Sky Skimmer and then Arsenal the Bludger?
Arsenaling the Bludger, yeah. Maybe we wait until there's like a. Well, actually, it's fine. I was thinking for Tipple. I mean, for Hook. If we want to block the on hit on Hook, because they have a Rigor Mortis in Grave. So I think that's what they're planning on doing with 2 floating.
Okay, well we'll take 7 here. Since we know they have a rig set up, like going to 28 and just like playing to like it seems just fine.
Yeah.
I don't think they've generated a gold this turn.
Oh, actually, no, they haven't actually. You're right. They cracked the gold. I'm an idiot.
But I mean, still, no. If we block 6 up front, and then they will activate Hook because they're thinking it doesn't matter what you have. Our opponent's done a good job of playing around balance here so far.
Yeah. I wonder if we actually send the Skimmer. I was saying I don't really care about Rigor Mortis, but like that might be one way they convert cards. I don't think, if you look at their grave, I don't think they have any other allies in there currently.
There are currently 0 allies in there.
So I don't hate killing the Rigor Mortis here.
I was actually about to ask you if there was any consideration to killing it here, because I really like this play. Yeah. If we're able to keep a 13-point life lead and keep them off the board, I feel like we're just setting ourselves up in a position to like try and win the game.
Yep, and this is a beautiful cog in the machine hand.
I was like, this hand is stonks.
Yeah, because we can send both the Zeppelin and the Bludger.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is actually insane.
And then whatever we draw is likely what's going on our arsenal, unless we draw like a different yellow and we want to arsenal the Bludger.
Oh, here we go. Balance is online.
Oh, we 100%. I think we always crack it. You don't have to do it now.
I was like, we'll wait and see what they do.
Swabby is a irrelevant ally.
Yeah. Admittedly, Jack getting hit with a conk here would feel pretty bad. Like that would be. It would not be great, but we also have the cog draw, which means we probably have the ability to go cog, throw the bludger at them, and then like hit them with a Zeppelin, or maybe Zeppelin first. I guess it just depends on like how many golds they have.
Yeah.
For a guy who plays Fab all the time, you aren't very good at the game. Yo, damn, that's brutal, bro. I mean, smiley face after, I guess, but like Jesus Christ, like you can't slap somebody and smile at him. Damn, that's brutal.
Do they have a? Let's see if they probably have a. Yeah, I was gonna say they probably have a murderous rabble.
I mean, I guess we can crack this here.
Yeah, I would. Well, because it could give us it gives us potentially just a card to block with, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So,
I don't think we block this.
I was like, we could just like unicycle this turn, right, and just be like in a pretty good spot.
This turn is gonna be pretty big, I think. If we draw like a 0-cost boost or even a 1-cost boost, then this turn is like nuclear. Actually, and then getting the gold is fine because of the bludger.
I was like, we want them to have the gold here, right? Like this is fine.
I'm done. I think. I mean, we can give Foundry block if we wanted, but we don't need it.
I was like, we could save it for something else since we're still at 12.
We're cracking back with 7 cards.
Yeah, this is wild. Ripple away incoming.
Oh my god! If they play Ripple,
bro,
it feels so bad.
I would cry. I don't think we need to keep one of these in the deck.
No, if we had the backspin, we would do it, but I don't think. Oh yeah, this is nuts. Yep.
Okay, so let me map through this turn here for a second to like see if I see everything you see. Yeah. So Fast and the Furious is the obvious start.
Yep.
And then we have the action points to play the Zeppelin and the Bludger here. So I think what we can do is we can go Fast and the Furious. We can go Zeppelin for 6, and then not really offer anything. And then we have the ability to throw the Jolly Bludger from Arsenal and try to get their golds. And we can Arsenal the Sky Skimmer and set up here. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So it was played out perfectly. You could consider throwing the Skimmer this turn too. Just like this turn is easily presenting lethal. So like you could consider also just throwing like I think we always send Zeppelin next here. And then we can consider throwing the Skimmer after that. Because we could always just the cog that it makes, we can crank it to keep 2 action points, and then we send Skimmer for 5 into Bludger, right?
Okay, so we're gonna play here regardless, even if we are gonna play the Skimmer, right?
100%. We lead there first.
Okay, and then we kind of like put the action on them.
Yep.
I don't think there's a consideration to have Fast and the Furious hit the Swabby there. I don't know what Emanuel thinks. Maybe it's possible.
No, they're so low. We're just trying to kill them now.
Okay.
Like a Swabby next turn isn't killing us, right? So I think here we crank this, so that we can send Skimmer for 5. All right, so we still have 2 action points. Now they have to respect Skimmer for 5.
Yep.
And then we send Bludger, and we could give it overpower. Actually, maybe we don't. Yeah, we'll see how they block the Skimmer. Because if they like block protecting 5, we could just pass, and now we send Bludger, right?
Yeah.
So this is an instance where I don't hate just passing and then sending Bludger with overpower, because then it's going to be 7 overpower. I don't think they can live.
Because we're going to use Unicycle.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, so we pitch Bludger. When this comes in, they start by activating Gravy immediately to get rid of a gold. I actually think that's a very smart decision.
Well, I think they were trying to get rid of a non-blocking card.
That's also fair. No, Talishar, don't you dare crash on me right now.
I think we give it overpower. Right. Yep.
So
and
we
now we just sit here.
I mean, and if they don't have a defense reaction, they're probably just dead here.
Yep. So now we just give it +1, and we'll see. And then we'll see how they react. No. Just give it +1.
No?
You don't need a plus. No, because they're dying right now.
I guess yeah. We have lethal. On the stack,
this is exactly lethal right now. Yep. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, they couldn't really block that well either. They had an eye.
Oh man, they had eye and they had an ally. So yeah, the overpower was actually insane.
Yep. And we also ended with their goal.
And their swell was gonna miss. Yes.
Oh wow.
Thank you, LSS. Oh man.
Okay, hey, we turned it around. We started off 0-2 and we brought it back.
I just tried to add like 1,000 threes to my screen. I don't know what is going on with my keyboard right now. I've got to like plug it into a different USB port or something. All right, so yeah, we started off 0-2, like Emma was saying. Now, to be fair, we had some of the craziest worst draws I think I've ever seen from the Puffin deck in my entire life. And then we turned it around, and we had some really, really good wins, trying to like pull it around there at the end. I also think that swapping in the boom grenades actually felt pretty clean there with what we were looking at. So I gotta say, now that we've played, 5 games, we've like played a handful of games here. How do you feel about Backspin Thrust?
It's actually, I think it's the upside of the card is like it's quite hard to get there. I think that's like and actually I actually think this like it's a decent like tool to help against fatigue, just because we were talking about it, right? You can if you draw it consistently, it's kind of like it might be a tinfoil hat kind of thing, because you have to draw it consistently, but drawing this with cog in the machine, you can always just bottom it, right? So there's that as well. But the card is good. I don't think the card is amazing. I think the card is good. There were definitely some cool turns, right? Where like we were able to go 4 go again and then send pistol for 3 instead of 2. But like it didn't feel amazing. I don't know if you disagree. Maybe you saw something I didn't, but it just didn't feel amazing.
It felt okay. Like, it is exactly my take. Like, the turns where we had, like, cog in the machine, I was like, oh, well, it's free to keep this in the deck now. Like, we might as well. It comes up. And there was a couple of turns where, like, we had cogs from the turn before, where it was like, okay. It felt like it come together really well with Cogworks Workshop, when, like, we had cogs the turn before, and we were able to, like, hit with a Zeppelin, and then make a new cog, and then throw 4 go again, and end on gun. Sky Skimmer and Backspin Thrust feel like definitely like they are like, like a 1-2 punch kind of combo. But I don't know. It felt okay. Like that. I kind of agree with you that it just felt like fine. I don't know.
There's another I know. I'll shout him out. There's a guy in Puffin chat. His name is Whooper.
Okay.
He actually the PQ Plus down in Orlando. He top 8'd it on Puffin.
Oh, okay, nice.
So there were actually 2 Puffins that top 8'd the CCPQ Plus down in Orlando. So that was cool.
Somebody told me that. I love to see that.
He's a big believer in Pinion Sentry. So that might be that might end up being the card that like makes Backspin worth playing 3 of.
Okay.
I've never been a fan of it just because it's like it literally can kill your offensive turn if you draw it off the top. So like that's why me and Jesse weren't on it for the longest time. We definitely were on it at first, but the more we played with it, the more we kept drawing it off the top and just like wanting to throw our hands at the wall.
Well, sure, because even like a blue Zeppelin fits better in that spot than drawing that off the top. So
exactly. So the goal with the deck was like to draw blues that like you can still play, and like that's why like blue throttle's in the deck. As in, like in like blue soup up, of course, it's like of course a 3 of automatically, but like
sure.
I think people that are running the sentries aren't running like the blue throttles. That's usually like the swap. So
okay.
That's also another consideration. To if you wanted to try to make Backspin more of a consistent card.
I might try that and just see how it feels. I was like,
because you're
consideration.
You're able to tap cogs with counters on defense, right, and then untap them on offense the next turn. So it doesn't feel awful. Or like the cog you make off of Sentry, usually like the defensive play is to block arms and Sentry so that you crank both, you draw a card. But now you can just block with Sentry, make a new one, and then or like you can tap a cog with a counter to make a new one, and then you're untapping that cog that you tapped. So now you have 2 full cogs on offense.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like it does have some like good potential. Like it could be pretty solid.
Yeah. So that's definitely something worth testing, but we'll see if that upside is worth the downside of drawing it off of Puffin.
Sure. No, that makes a lot of sense. I imagine I won't draw it once in my testing off the top of the deck, and then I'll get to a pro quest and like 3 rounds in a row I'll draw it off the top, and I'll be like, oh, this is what Emma was talking about. Like, oh, dude. Well, dude, Emanuel, thank you so much for being here tonight, man, and walking us through some of the play lines. I've had a lot of fun. You definitely have a lot more insight into the deck than I do. It's given me a lot of things to think about. So I really appreciate you being here and playing games with us tonight, man. It means a lot.
Of course, it was my pleasure. I love the deck.
It's a lot of fun. I seriously think you've convinced me this might be my ProQuest deck.
Join the Puffin gang. Come on, baby.
I'm about to. If you find me in purple chat in the Puffin, section, just know what happened. That's how desperate I am for ProQuest season. Oh, guys, thanks so much for being here and watching tonight. Appreciate you guys chilling while we talked about BNR and Puffin and everything in between. Let's see. Today is Monday. We'll be streaming tomorrow night. We might have a special guest tomorrow night. I'm not sure if we do or not. If not, we'll be live playing some games. Maybe we play some LL or something. It could be pretty fun. But thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water.